Let's go.
Let's rock.
Jimmy Juice Podcast, man.
Let's go, let's go.
Figgy Fig, best in the world, that's what he do, know what I'm talking about. Ryan Rockett, born and raised in the H-Town, Houston, Texas. Know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Let's go in the jacuzzi, smoking threats. I got my feet up. Cut them haters off, I told them beat it. I don't need you. Spent 50 racks in cash, but it's all good. I got my visa. This rolling got them staring at me like the Mona Lisa. My ghetto, Nikeisha. I beat it like a creature. She always like my sneakers. These Jordan 5 pink aces. Let's go. I'm knocking them down, baby, back in the row. He really the one. They already know. So all of my chains go put on the show.
Giving up gins, sipping my juice. Counting the beans, addicted to ends. I need to back in on whatever I do. We get it in on the daily. I get it rocking like this with the 80. We really 10 toes down on the pave. What's up? We about to see what they saying.
Rockin' gym, vippin' juice. Rockin' gym, vippin' juice. Rockin' gym, vippin' juice. Rockin' gym, vippin' juice. Let's go. Gym, vippin' juice. Rockin' gym, vippin' juice. Rockin' gym, vippin' juice. Rockin' gym, vippin' juice. Go, let's go.
What do you have to say to everyone who still considers the Astros cheaters?
Yeah.
We got an intro now, bitches.
That shit was fire, man. That shit was fire, dog. I like the song. I like the video. I like how the video ended with that. That shit was fire, man.
Yeah, shout out to my guys, Major League Parties, who did the intro for me.
We appreciate that, man. Yeah, that song is fire, dog. I like it. I like it a lot. It is that's not Young Dolph singing that for us, though, man. He didn't record that. It's his boy. That's Figgy's boy. Did that for us. And yeah, that's fire, man. Great beat, dope. I liked everything about it, man. That was a dope intro. I feel like we legit now. We ain't coming in dry no more.
I know. We gonna I still want us to do a music video for that though.
Yeah.
I kind of feel bad we ain't even in the video, but
this
gonna
iron it out, man. We'll get something.
Yeah, this gonna ride for right now. If y'all shoot some good videos, hit me up, let me know.
Yeah.
Maybe we can work out something.
Yeah, we'll get something cooking. Yes, welcome back to Jim and Juice Podcast. I know it's been a little bit. Got a lot to catch up on, a lot to discuss and break down with y'all as always. And I'm, of course, joined by the producer of the year over here.
Yeah.
My boy Figgy done got us. Yeah. Figgy was named the producer of the year. We told y'all about that award ceremony going on. And Figgy was going to be there. He won the award, man. So, yeah. Everybody give it up to Figgy. Clap where you at home, whatever you listen at. Clap for Figgy. Clap for Figgy with his producing ass.
Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already.
Yes. So how was that event, man? How was it?
The event was actually pretty cool. It was the same day as the NFL draft, and we'll get into all that craziness.
Yeah, we gonna break that down.
But it was a really good event, man. It was a good vibe. Shout out to my girl Teddy, who was she was on the ones and twos for the I guess the I don't want to call it the pregame, but I guess the cocktail hour. She got a dope podcast called Teddy Tuesday. So shout out to her. I seen her out there. She actually recognized me. So I'm like, because I went out to her podcast. So she do live podcasts. And so I went out there and I met her and all that stuff. And she actually remembered me. I'm like, dang, that's crazy. She actually went up to me. So shout out to her. But the whole event was pretty cool, man. I met G-Man, who was the host for 97.9 The Box. And he actually knew who I was. It's crazy. He said he said, I don't know if I should be saying this on there, but he said he'd be checking out, Sports Radio 610 before he go to work on his way to work. So Yeah, he said he liked what we do and all that stuff. So it was pretty cool, man. It was a really good event, man. He won an award as well. I won an award. A couple other people from here won an award. And yeah, man, it was a really good time, man. I'm glad I won. I was kind of nervous going because I was thinking like I ain't gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I ended up winning, man. So
That's dope, man.
It was an honor. It was an honor to be nominated, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But to win, that was huge.
See, now you got an attitude, man. Now next time you gotta be like a Grammy. The first year a Grammy winner is nominated, somebody is nominated for a Grammy, they're just excited to be nominated. Years after that, they get upset when they don't win. So now you got to be like that dude, man. You got to be upset when you don't win. Like, what the fuck? I know I'm the best producer out here.
Yeah. Now next year, I got to win every year now.
Yeah.
Somebody else, what do they do with it? I don't do. Like, I be out here all the time. What did they do?
Now, congratulations, man.
Yeah,
really happy for you.
Shout out to the Media Alliance of Houston Awards. They did that thing, and I appreciate the little trophy back there, man.
Yeah. What was your acceptance speech, man? I couldn't hear the whole thing when on the recording.
Yeah. So it was very short, man. So it was about 10 seconds or less because everybody up there was doing a real short speech. And I didn't want to be the one that pull out the phone and be like, yeah, I want to thank God. I want to thank this. I want to thank, I didn't want to do all that. So I wanted to keep the show moving because it was kind of a long night anyway. So I got up there. I'm like, first of all, shout out to the Houston Texans because this is right around the time they were, doing all that stuff during the draft. And I said, shout out to the Houston Texans. They doing their thing right now. Everybody started cheering. And then, I thank the Odyssey family and all that stuff for having my back. And I said, everybody here looking nice and thank you. And that's all I got.
Now that's dope, man. Yeah, we see Nick on Facebook says, congratulations on the award. Junk says, Figgy says, yesterday's price ain't today's price. You're damn right, man.
Yeah.
Ain't no free favors going on no more, man.
I'm going to put Figgy's booking at gmail.com.
Hey, y'all want to hit him up, talk to his agent, okay?
Yeah.
Figgy ain't just around to talk to no more, okay? You got to go through his agent.
I know. Don't nobody know, but I had my agent hit up Rockett to make sure we was doing a podcast.
Yeah. I had to go through the proper channels as well.
Like, all right, let's run Rockett. This is Figgy's agent. And I just want to make sure we are on time, right?
Yep. Yeah, I had to go through the channels too, man. Figgy done changed, man. Figgy done changed. But yeah, it's very, very glad for you, man. Congratulations again. And yeah, it's really dope that they gave you that award, man, because you really deserve it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Also, I got to give you your flowers too, man. It was your birthday weekend last week.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Yeah, happy birthday, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Turns the big 3-6 mafia.
I know, man. Yo, you 36?
Yeah.
Oh man, I told somebody you was 35. I thought you was.
I was 35. I probably said I was 34 by accident a few years, a month ago. But yeah, I turned 36, man. So
okay.
Yeah, had a good time. Just took the lady out to Golden Nugget Casino. Just had a nice little weekend, man. It was cool. I was trying to watch the fight. I was pissed because they didn't have the fight anywhere. I was trying to watch the Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
And they had a big sports bar, the DraftKings sports bar. I figured they would have the fight there, man, but they didn't.
Yeah.
They had NBA games. We just watched NBA games. I think the Astros are playing too. They had that on the big screen. Okay. But yeah, the fight wasn't playing, man. I was trying to get a bootleg stream on my phone and it wasn't working right. So I fucking missed the fight.
Damn.
But it's all
I heard it was a good fight too.
It looked pretty good, man. I knew Gervonta was gonna win, though. Ryan Garcia is just too young.
Yeah, I feel like everybody.
Years old.
I feel like everybody knew he was gonna win, though.
Yeah, I mean, people buying the hype. Plus, it becomes a race war. So all the Hispanics done talked themselves into thinking that Ryan Garcia had a chance.
Yes, and that's one thing we ain't seen in a long time because you don't really see a lot of white boxers like that.
Yeah.
So the black boxer versus the Hispanic boxer. It's just like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's
Like,
a throwback to the Floyd Mayweather days, man. Floyd
yeah,
Mayweather used to fight a Mexican fighter every Cinco de Mayo. And they would be so fucking mad when he won, man. But that was all strategy and marketing. But
yeah,
yeah, I hate that I missed it, but it seemed like it was an all right fight. It was a cool fight. So
yeah.
drunk said I picked Ryan, so I just argue with everybody all week.
Yeah. Everybody I knew was going with Davis. So unless I was talking to an Hispanic, we got a lot of Hispanics down here.
Yeah.
So that's the only time I would, see somebody entertain the thought of Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, I mean, he's 24 years old, man. Like, he's just getting started. He's just too young. I think people saw them match up and how bigger, like, Ryan Garcia is bigger than Gervonta Davis. So I think people saw that and was like, nah, Gervonta ain't got a chance. But nah, he's too young, man. He ain't got the skill set yet.
That stuff matter, man. Like,
Yeah.
you can't just look at somebody being bigger and be like, oh, he got it.
Mm-hmm.
And that stuff matter. That the experience and all that. So yeah, I think he'll learn from this though. Just
he will, man. And I hate that because they're both undefeated. And I've been watching some boxer YouTube videos lately about how there's so many undefeated boxers and how once they take an L, it's like they're never the same. Like, people stop putting them on the big cards. And I hate that, man. It's like, not everybody gonna be Floyd Mayweather, man. Okay, not everybody should be able to go 50-0. And Floyd fought everybody. He fought the biggest names that were out there.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea that people are being undefeated by beating up scrubs.
Yeah,
and everybody duck each other.
Yeah,
and certain super fights like Spence and Crawford, this shit's not happening like it should because people are ducking one another. I hate that, man. So I just hope that people make the big fights more often and they stop being scared to put their record on the line. So
do you feel like Floyd Mayweather had a kind of I guess a say so in that, or why it is the way it is now? Because like right now, I feel like he wasn't really ducking people.
Yeah.
But back then I thought he was. Back then I thought he would try to pick and choose so he could stay undefeated. So do you feel like people just trying to use the Floyd blueprint a little bit to try to go undefeated and just be undefeated and not be scared to take a risk?
I think so. I think they're scared that if they take an L, it's going to hurt their earning potential. Like, we never saw Floyd take an L, so we never know how he would have bounced back after a loss. So I think when you build up a fighter and you say this fighter is 32-0 or whatever, people get attached to that and then so they're scared to take a risk and take a loss and then see like maybe they don't get that big money that they used to anymore. So it's unfortunate, man. That's just how boxing is, but hopefully things start changing. I think this fight did huge numbers, man. So hopefully it changes the mentality and we see more big name fights in the future. But yeah, it was and Drunk says Floyd definitely made it popular because even Tyson took an L and was still the biggest draw. Yeah, Tyson took a few. Man, but he was definitely people still wanted to watch a Tyson fight.
Yeah, and people were still kind of scared of Mike Tyson. So it wasn't like he took that L and that was it for his career.
Yeah.
He was still getting fights and all that stuff.
I think Ali and Liston was undefeated back in the day. And then, of course, Ali took L's along the way, but he bounced back and he made more money off of that. So, yeah, I don't know, man. It's just hopefully the mentality changes and people start taking more risks because we do want to see the big fights. It takes too long for them to happen. Yeah. So we'll see. But anyway, I guess we'll just start off getting into some of the biggest headlines right now, man. Let's talk about the Texans draft, the NFL draft, everything that went on in between. Of course, the Texans had a big draft party at a Miller Outdoor Theater. They had special guest Zero, Lil Kiki, Slim Thug, Paul Wall, Bun B was there as well. Now, are you surprised that post Deshaun Watson, the Texans are still keeping the hip hop motif going? Because part of me thought that once he left, they'd be back on like the old school Texan shit. So I actually am happy to see them still embrace the hip hop community in the city. But were you a little surprised that they got Zero out there for the draft party?
I was surprised because it was Zero. Because that's, as much as Zero is a legend here, that's kind of in the sticks when it comes to like, an NFL team that's, bringing on people. Because usually the go-to is Paul Wall, Slim Thug, people like that. But I feel like Zero is kind of, I don't want to call him the underground artist out of all of them, but he wasn't the flashy one. So I was surprised at that. But I feel like the Houston Texans, they kind of lean it. Like I talked to the marketing guy there. Shout out to Doug. And I could tell he trying to lean in more towards the city and the younger crowd. And I think this is like step one to leaning in into the city, because that's the one thing I felt that kind of disconnected the Texans from the city was they never had anybody like, a Slim Thug, Paul Wall do a halftime show or, people like that. And now they're embracing the city. They, they bringing out the slaps, which, I don't think ever happened during, the whole, franchise history. So I think it's going to be here to stay. I don't think it's a thing where they just kind of doing it because we got a black quarterback. But yeah, I think it's smart, man. I for us, to me, it seems, you might think it's a little low hanging fruit. Just bring out somebody from the city and people going to support it. But right now, where the team is, not currently, but just in general, being a bad team, you need all the low hanging fruit you could get. So if you could get people to come out to the games because Slim Thug performing, like you got to get that right now, man. Because as much as even throughout all the sellouts of the Houston Texans, to me it seemed like it was still kind of a disconnect from the city. And I don't know, man. I think I like the direction they're going in right now as far as that, trying to, just get that connection back to the city.
Yeah, I agree. Drunk says nationally, you got to really be in tune to know Zero out of all of them. Yeah, I agree, man. And that's why it kind of surprised me. Trey is one thing. I think everybody knows Trey in the city more so because of his humanitarian efforts and like the Hurricane Harvey rescue efforts and things like that, more so than the music. But Zero, he don't do none of that. So you only have to know the music with Zero to know who Zero is.
Yeah, because I didn't really know who Zero was like that until I moved here. Like and after I heard a few stuff, I'm like, okay. Like I kind of remember that, but Zero didn't go all the way to Cleveland, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really familiar with Zero, but that's strictly a Houston thing. So to see all the respect he gets, I think it's dope that the Houston Texans invited him in and took a picture with a Texan player wearing number 0. I just think stuff like that is cool because they, look, man, they had a theme song from somebody who's a Titans fan, man. What's his name? Travis Walker.
Clay Walker. Wasn't Clay Walker or something? Yeah,
Clay Walker. Yeah, like the dude don't even like the Texans like that, man. He's a Tennessee Titans fan. So it's like, why is we pumping this song up? Let's get our own song. Let's get people that actually support the team some love. So I think they're doing a good job with that right now, and they probably gonna do more, to be honest.
I think so too. I just thought it was surprising since they linked up with Trey earlier on as well. I remember Trey was like the game day ambassador of one of the later games last year, and I was right after like the Zero.
This was the week before the fight, I think.
Or I thought it was after.
No, it was before because remember he was on the pregame show with Payne and Pendergast, and then right after that, that's when the incident happened, and I ended up telling them about it. they're like, oh, that was right after he hopped on with us.
Oh yeah. So I'm surprised that maybe they picked a side in Trey versus Zero, and they're riding with the Mo City Dawn. Who
That
knows?
would be it.
But and what up, Ernesto? See you in the YouTube comments as well, man. What's going on, dog? So yeah, they had a big draft party in the Miller Outdoor Theater, and the Texans arguably had the biggest, most surprising draft so far. Of course, Bryce Young went number 1 overall to the Panthers. No surprise there. Texans at the number 2 pick. They picked C.J. Stroud, quarterback from Ohio State. They trade up to get 3, and they pick Will Anderson, the outside linebacker from Alabama, which shocked and surprised everybody to get that number 3 pick. They gave up a number 1 next year, and I think a number 2 as well, but they still have the Cleveland Browns pick for next year, so
Yeah,
they still should have a first-round draft pick.
Yeah, so they gave up the number 12. They was originally at number 12.
Yeah.
They swapped that to move up to 3, and they gave up their second round pick in this year's draft, and they gave up their own first round pick for next year. So they still got the Cleveland pick.
Yeah. So hopefully, hey, no offense, Figgy, but I hope Deshaun does terrible over there.
I think
we need a high pick.
I don't think that's an unpopular opinion around here.
So Figgy, what are your thoughts about this? I know you're probably tired of the draft talk, because I know y'all been talking nonstop about this draft. All y'all mock drafts and shit. Can y'all finally throw them shits away now? All them arguing on Texans Twitter. Enough now. The picks are in. So what are your thoughts in general about these 2 picks, man?
I thought it was good. I ain't gonna lie, I did not expect this, and this is probably the first time in history where I had no idea what the second pick was going to be, because usually you kind of have an idea what somebody going to get, but this was all over the place, man, because clearly they need a quarterback, and you had a lot of talk saying how, they might pass up on the quarterback to get Will Anderson or some type of defensive player. And I'm just like, man, like, that's crazy. Like, we are the day of, and we have no idea what they're doing. And so it wasn't until I was watching the draft when I was at the ceremony thing. And I was actually shocked they got CJ Stroud, because it seemed like, I don't know, maybe the media had something to do with it, but it seemed like his stock kind of went down.
Yeah.
And them damn weak ass test scores or whatever he took.
The test scores, the conspiracy theories about him being a Mulugeta client as well, all that stuff.
Yeah, that and the S2 scores and all that stuff was super low. And yeah, man, I thought they wasn't gonna get him. That was very unfortunate, because I think he'd be good. So I just didn't understand them passing up on him. And what the hell they gonna do at the quarterback position? But when they got him, I was surprised, but I was happy. I was good with it. And then I put my phone down. I was looking around, and then I'm like, shit, let me see what the coach gonna do. Like, let me see what quarterback they gonna get. And all of a sudden, that pick 3, the Texans was still on the clock. I'm like, what? I'm like, wait, what? Is this real? And so I saw the crowd going crazy on the phone. I'm like, what? So I was shocked. So it was a couple of us, sitting there keeping in check with the draft at the event, and they was like, what did we give up? What did we give up? Because that's a long jump. And once we found out they got Will Anderson, and then we found out the details of the pick, I actually was okay with it, man. I was fine with it, man. You got all these picks from the Deshaun Watson trade, and that's the one thing that was irritating me all week and last week and the week after that. People sitting there saying, "Oh no, just trade back and get more picks. Trade back." Like, what are you trying to do with these picks, man? Like, you trying to get better. And clearly, this one did not. It didn't. It wasn't like the Cleveland Browns trade where they just threw everything in and they don't have any picks. Like, you still got to pick next year. So I felt like this was good, man. You got two of probably the top 5 players in the draft right now. So Like I thought that was pretty good. And I'm good with it, man. I see people still complaining and talk about that was way too much. No, look, we was either gonna get one or the other because who he's gonna get at 12. So I'm good with getting both of the guys that we were fighting over for the number 2 spot. And I thought it was a good move, man. I think they needed to do something like this. This is why you got all those draft picks to jump up and make a move like this. We never seen anything like this before. So shout out to the Houston Texans.
Yeah. Like, look, they got a quarterback. That's all I asked for, man. Everything else was icing on the cake. That was my main ask, that they get a new quarterback. Drunk says, how y'all feel about Texans sacrificing their first round next year for Will Anderson, which we all know will be high? I mean, there are theories around that. There are theories that they really sacrificed for CJ Stroud, and that the one they wanted was Will Anderson all along. So it didn't really matter what order they got picked. But
I think that's what it was, man. Because if you look at it, was more like a game of chess, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, like, let's say the Texans did get Will Anderson at 2. Then the Tennessee Titans, it was rumors that they was trying to get that number 3 pick so they could get a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And if it would have went like that, then it would have been a bidding war, and the price would have been way higher than what it was. So that's why the Houston Texans had to take CJ Stroud at 2. And now Arizona, that price had to come down because, ain't nobody trading a lot to get Richardson or, Will Levis or whatever.
Yeah. Speaking of Will Levis, he finally got drafted today. He went to the Titans. So in a division.
Yeah. So. So it should be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the reason why. So I wouldn't look at it as they paid that much for Will Anderson. I think it's more a game of chess.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get our quarterback right now, and then we're gonna make this trade with the Cardinals at a lower price, and then get Will Anderson. So it was pretty much a 2-for-1.
And as far as sacrificing the pick, look, I don't like planning that you're going to be high in the draft next year already.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was driving me nuts, man.
I'm getting sick of that, man. Like, look, they're going to have a first round pick with the Cleveland Browns, who I still don't think are going to be very good next year. Like, let's do all we can to be good now. Did y'all look, some of y'all probably were fortunate enough to be able to just tune out the Texans. Me and Figgy had to work these fucking games, man. Okay.
I feel bad for you. You had to sit there and listen.
I had to listen and watch every single game last year, man, of that pathetic run. And you had to talk about these games every single week after they happen, man. So look, so for some of us, we just want to see better football. Okay. I don't want to start planning for drafts 2, 3, 4 years or next year and just admit we're going to be bad this year. Yeah. No, this division is wide. I don't care what you say, man. This division is wide open to me.
I agree.
Okay. Nobody's really good in this division. Okay. So the Texans still have a chance to take it. And we'll see where it goes. But I don't care about the pick, man. Let's just get as good of a team as we can field and get them started and get them ready. We're not going to get Caleb, man. Okay, it's not going to happen. So everybody just lay off of that. We already got our quarterback. Let's just move forward, man.
Yeah, that's the one thing that was driving me nuts because, all throughout the week, a lot of people wasn't sold on CJ Stroud or any other quarterbacks outside of Bryce. Mm-hmm. And they was just like, man, just, don't worry about quarterback this year. Next year, you got all these picks, and you could just go up and get Caleb Williams. And my thing is, I'm like, first of all, how you're going to be that high up or you going to be that close to getting him? And even if that was the case, say for instance, you at 10 or something and you got all these draft picks. What if it's the Washington football team that they got the number 1 overall pick? You think they're going, like, as bad as they need a quarterback, you think they're going to trade out of that? No, they're going to take Caleb Williams. And what if it's somebody else, another team that desperately need a quarterback at 2? No, they not about to trade with you. Like you can shove all them picks up your ass. They getting the quarterback. So my thing is, I just didn't like the plan of planning for the unknown.
Yeah.
Like address your needs right now.
Yeah, they ultimately they need people to show up at games, man. They need something to energize its fan base after last year. D'Amico Ryans helped a lot. That only goes so far. We needed a quarterback. We needed to bolster defense, and they got both of those in the first round. So there you go, man. Troy says, y'all think them S2 boys hoping CJ Stroud fails what validates their test? Man, I think we've already realized that these so-called smart players don't really mean shit. Because I remember Ryan Fitzpatrick was a guy they said was really smart.
He went to Harvard.
He went to Harvard. I think he got some really high test scores, and he's like a backup at best in the NFL. Okay. So I think these test scores are overinflated, man. Who cares? I only care about how you play football, honestly.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't even know anything about that test. But man, I don't know. I just hate that, man. Because it's just like what, like you got to get on the field. Like I don't care what you say, you just got to get on the field. Like I want to, like as a coach, I want to know if you, I mean, how quick you can learn. You know, can you fit in this system? And let's see what you can do, type thing. Like I just can't look at a score and be like, nah, you know, forget the tape, forget all of that stuff. Nah, he got low score. Nah, let's pass on him. I don't know. I can't get with that.
Yeah, I don't give a shit, man. Just I care about what I see on the field.
It's probably gonna get worse, to be honest. People probably gonna start taking this test way more serious, and people's stocks probably gonna fall because of it, which kind of suck. But I don't know, man. That's why you got a scouting department, man. You scout these players all year. So if that's the case, you might as well get rid of your scouting department and just
players should boycott the test. I saw people were talking about how the NFL players should boycott the combine because all it does is give people an excuse to put somebody's stock lower. And they should boycott the S2 test or whatever the fuck, man. Like, who gives a shit? They already went to college, most of them. So if their grades are okay, even if they took some bullshit classes, who cares, man? Like, what was that dude's I think Ohio quarterback said we ain't here to play school, we here to play football. I forget who said that, but he's out the league now. But like I don't care about that shit, man. And look, when this is my problem with draft coverage. Like it goes on so long, and every day there needs to be a new headline. So every day there's like somebody's stock is way up. Remember Will Levis was supposed to go number 2 last week. Will Levis was like the odds favorite number 2 pick overall, and he went 33rd.
Yeah.
So you didn't go in the first round, man.
Left him in the green room, man. Oh, are you talking? You must be talking about
Cardale Jones. Yeah, Cardale Jones. Yeah, he said Carsale Jones. Cardale Jones, man. Yeah, that was him. Said we ain't here to play school. We're here to play football.
Yeah, so, and if you look at somebody like that too, because he grew up in Cleveland, so he played for my the rival high school of mine.
Yeah,
and if you know the history, you know about Ted Ginn Sr., who's the father of Ted Ginn Jr. He have his own little charter school and stuff, and it's strictly for players like that are super talented, but you know, school kind of hold them back a little bit. So they go there, they focus on sports and all that stuff, and they drive right to Ohio State. They go right to Ohio State, man, and play.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he wasn't that good. He was kind of a weird type of athlete because he was so big, but and he ain't last at all. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like I think he got a point, even though he wasn't good, but he got a point. Like people there to play football, man.
Breaking news: the Texans have traded up to pick 62.
Oh shoot, who they get?
So yeah, I don't know who they're getting yet. Pick's not in, but they have traded up, so they're gonna get somebody in this round. We'll keep y'all updated. I'm sure you already got your updates on your phone anyway. But yeah, a lot going on in draft still, man. Drunk says Caleb Williams is the NFL version of Victor Wembanyama. Yeah, he pretty much is, man. The consensus, there's gonna be tank for Caleb's gonna be the thing next year. Tank for Caleb.
Yeah.
So we'll see who gets him. And he also says, I think the Giants asked Deion Sanders to take a test, and he said, "Nah, I'm gonna be gone before y'all pick." Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Deion wouldn't even watch film, man. You know, he wasn't gonna take no damn test. So yeah, but anyway, I'm personally happy. I think most Texans fans are happy now, except for the ones who would just perennially just find something to complain about. Like, look, we have a reason to watch games next year, man. That's all I wanted, okay? Because there was some dark days these past 2 seasons where you just the Davis Mills era was dark, okay? I'm ready to see the light, some kind of light, man.
By the way, he went to Stanford too. So ain't people going to Stanford kind of smart?
Yeah, supposedly.
Yeah. And so what did that give us?
The Texans get their pick in. Who they
got
get?
a center.
They got Juice.
Juice Scruggs. Where are you from?
I don't even know.
Yeah, but they needed a center. So
there you go. There you
that's
go.
a good thing. Yep.
My timeline all fucked up, man. I can't even see the fucking latest updates.
Yeah. So they traded. Okay.
All right. I can dig it. Man. I can dig it. Juice Scruggs.
Yeah, I was talking about it on the radio. I'm like, I know they ain't the sexiest position, but they need a center.
Need, man.
Yeah, they ain't really addressed the center position.
He's from Penn State, by the way.
Okay.
So okay. I like it. I can dig it. I need John Harris to break it down for me, man. Because I don't know any of these players. I know right now he's a fucking breaking down every play this dude has done. And why he's so good.
Celebrating when they got traded up to number 3.
Nah, I gotta see it, man. I missed it.
Let me try to find it. Man, this dude was so happy, man. I felt happy for him.
Yeah, nah. I feel, dog, as somebody who works with them, I'm happy that because I know they've been going through it as well. Having to hype up this team as poorly as they performed lately. Finally to have an upside. Finally to have like something to look forward to with the future of this team. I'm happy for them, man. So, but yeah, I know he was losing this shit. I'm not surprised.
Shoot, let me see. I see him with his reaction to the number 2 pick. Because it's funny because I think they had no clue about that either.
No, I don't think so, man.
Yeah, so I think they felt better that it was a quarterback.
Yep. And I think here's the thing, man. There would have been a mutiny if the Texans didn't take a quarterback in the first round.
Yeah.
Okay, because we got who on our roster right now? We got fucking Case Keenum, Davis Mills still.
And somebody
you can't get excited for us. I don't care who else you got at every position. You can't get excited for NFL season having Case Keenum and Davis Mills under center.
Yeah.
Okay. So they needed a quarterback, man. So if they didn't take one, there would have been a mutiny.
Yeah.
But that was the ongoing rumor is that the Texans might not take a quarterback at number 2. Even national media was like, why the fuck would you not?
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
Yeah. All right. Let me see if I think this is it. Hold on. Let me see how this gonna look.
It was a nice sized audience out there too. I saw, man. A lot of people came out. Oh, that's Robert Hensley.
Yeah.
I guess he's announcing it.
Yeah, here we go.
Is there noise?
Yeah, it is.
They need to add picks. The Texans have a lot of draft capital to move up, and they are moving up from number 12 to number 3, trading with the Arizona Cardinals. And
Wait, the awkward dap with John Harris. He had his fist out, and then Andre Ware was giving like a high. Is that Andre Ware? I think.
Yeah, that's Andre Ware.
Gave him a high five, and it's like the closed fist high five.
That's the get out handshake.
Yeah, that is the get out handshake. Oh man. Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Texas Radio, man. Look, man, we were sitting here complaining how we gotta watch what they actually gotta watch, break it down, and put a positive spin on it.
Yes, every single week. And it was, I know it was rough, man. So I'm happy for them, honestly.
Yeah.
So yeah, got a center. Looks like the draft is still rolling, man. Texas
Yeah.
still making some moves out there. So exciting times. You have any thoughts? What other NFL headlines?
Lamar Jackson
Lamar
got paid.
Jackson got his deal.
Yeah,
Jalen Hurts got his deal as well, which
Yeah.
was quickly topped by Lamar Jackson's.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers finally signed with the New York Jets. That finally happened. So a lot of offseason moves going on, man. We'll see how the rest of the season shakes out. Are you surprised that after all the drama, Lamar Jackson ended back with the Ravens?
I'm not surprised. I am surprised because this is what I'm surprised at. I heard the Ravens kind of offered him, it was a little less than what he got now. It wasn't like a big difference, but it seemed like, like I'm not mad at Lamar because he did it all on his own. That's a lot of money to get on your own without an agent. But it seemed like it wasn't that far off from the original asking price or the price that Baltimore offered. So, I don't want to sit there and say he buckled because I don't think nobody gonna get close to Deshaun Watson, or at least not for a little while. So I want. It seemed like it was a whole bunch of noise for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like we kind of wasted our time. It seemed like they wasted their time, but I'm glad it got to a point where, I guess the relationship didn't mess up because I thought it was over. But Baltimore is a good organization. It hurt me to say that because that was the Cleveland Browns originally. So yeah, I'm glad that relationship didn't sour because otherwise he would have been forced to get traded. He would have, had to go. But I'm glad they worked it out and he got paid.
Yeah, me too, man. And yeah, I do think it was a lot of unnecessary drama. All the he's not going back to Baltimore, this and that. He should have an agent. See, this is what happens when you don't have an agent. Blah blah blah. Ultimately, it sounds like he got what he wanted. So, I mean, there's a lot of conflicting reports about whether he wanted the most guaranteed or not. But I'm just happy he got paid, man. So they move forward. They got Odell Beckham Jr. as well on the team. So we'll see how they do, man. He got some weapons now. So we'll see going forward. But good for them, man. And Junk asks, while y'all on sports, how y'all feel about Ime Udoka coaching the Rockets? Man, I'm happy. Me and you said last podcast, we want to have Ime Udoka as the next Rockets coach.
Yeah, I honestly didn't think it was possible because I thought it would have been other teams lined up to get him. And I didn't think he would want to come here, to be honest. But I'm happy as hell, man. I'm super happy because he was a good coach, man. And look, like the stuff that happened, I don't know what happened. I ain't about to hold that against him, man. Like you can hold the Deshaun Watson allegations against somebody, but this, man, like nah, it seemed like he was just in a messed up situation.
But how can you cheat on Nia Long? Nia Long, Figgy. I mean, for that alone, he should never coach again or have a job, period, okay? Because he cheated on Nia Long. Oh, my God. I don't give a shit, man. Like, I'm happy he's here. He's a good coach with a good resume. And, look, I'm down for all the canceled Negroes to come down to the Rockets, okay? I said Ime Udoka, and I want Kyrie Irving, too, okay? I want all the toxic canceled people to come to Houston Rockets because we need all the help we can get, man. Yeah. So, speaking of the Rockets, I did hear Jalen Green has been potentially mentioned in some trade rumors. Yeah. How you feel about that?
Look, I mean, if it's for who I think it is, because rumor has it that it could be for Jaylen Brown, which is I think hilarious. If you say that out loud, Jalen Green to Jaylen Brown.
Sidebar. Why there's so many fucking Jalen's in sports now, man? It was just a Jalen Carter who went to the Eagles yesterday.
Yeah. It's two fucking Jalen Williams on OKC. And they both got drafted in the same year. It's ridiculous, man.
We need to have a black community discussion. Okay, stop naming your sons Jalen. All right, enough.
Yeah.
Like, how many Jalen's do we got in sports now, man? We got way too many, dog. This is I never thought of a period in Black history where you had this many black brothers named the same first name.
Yeah.
Can we go back to the wild names like DeBrickashaw or whatever? LeBron.
Yeah.
Let's have some creativity again, man. I don't Jalen is played out.
Marcus.
Yeah, some shit duh in front of a regular name.
The coldest ever.
I'm sick of the Jalen's, man. We have too many Jalen's in sports now. I can't keep up with them no more. Okay, enough with Jalen's.
Yeah, well, yeah. So yeah, but anyway, if it's for the brown Jalen, I would take the brown Jalen over the green Jalen. So I get it's funny because looking at a lot of Rockets fans, man, they stuck on Jalen Green, and just that thought of that trade rumor, people all up in arms. I'm like, man, look, like I think he got potential. I would like to see him with this coach, but damn, man, like dog, it been a struggle for his. He showed some flashes, but let's not sit here and act like he was an all-star the first couple years. And we sitting there talking about trading him, man. If the trade is for Jaylen Brown, I'm good with that because he an all-star and he good. I think he's better than Jalen Green. And he playing on a low-key loaded team. He playing with Jason Tatum. So imagine if he was here. So I think, man, look, I don't think nobody should be off the table. I think, hey, see what you could see who you could get back. I ain't sitting there saying trade him, but if it's for like a Jaylen Brown or something, I'll be listening. I'll see what, if I could get somebody else, or I see what it looked like. I'm not sitting there saying he's off the table. Like, that's ridiculous, man. It was the worst team in the league. So I just, look, man, anybody could get got for the right price.
Yeah. Honestly, as of today, I'm on the ship Jalen out of here.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, man. I'm like enough, dog. I've seen enough, man. Like, I think he has potential, but I just don't think he's ever gonna live up to it at this point. I mean, his basketball play is just all around just wild, man. He plays wild. His defense is just horrible. He goes on. He can put up 30, or he could not do anything in the game. It's been rough to watch him. I'm ready to build around like Sagoon and Jabari. I'm off of Jalen Green, man. I'm ready to move him if we can for something positive at this point. I think a lot of Rockets fans just want to keep him because they think he looks cute. All right. I think they think he's handsome and they want a handsome Negro to be the face of the Rockets. Look, man, I don't think he has it, dog. And you building a young team, you want them to have discipline. I don't think he's going to be a leader of that team.
Yeah.
So,
and I think the other reason a lot of Rockets fans want to keep him is it's this ongoing feud with Cavs fans about Evan Mobley.
Yes, that too.
I don't
let it go, man.
I really don't get it, man. Like, honestly, they both been playing kind of rough, to be honest. But like, they ain't even the same player. They ain't even in the same. They in the same class, but they two different positions. So like, man, shoot, honestly, Evan Mobley got good defense, but he could get shipped out too for the right price.
Yeah.
like this man ain't making no all-star teams right now. So like, I just don't understand the love affair with this. And this ain't like a quarterback. This ain't the NFL where you got a quarterback and you just need a different offense around him. Like, you can see potential in people early. And just him, the hot streak, the cold streak, every other game, man, that's really not a good look, man. At this point, you looking like Ricky Davis.
Yeah.
So do you want to build around Ricky Davis? I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm off the Jalen Green train, man. Ship him out if you get something good from him at this point. I've seen enough. Okay, if we can get somebody like a Jaylen Brown, yes, do it in a heartbeat. But We'll see,
What about?
man.
Are you off the Kevin Porter Jr. train?
Yes. Yes. Look, I think we need to just destroy and rebuild like half of this roster, man. Keep Sagoon, keep Jabari. Everybody else is on the table for me, man. I'm like,
Yeah,
everybody else on the table, man. Let's reboot and refresh and see who we can bring in. But yeah, I'm happy we have Ime Udoka in that chair, helping out as well. But
yeah, true. I hope we get Big Vic. I hope we.
Yeah, no, I don't think we're gonna get him, man.
I don't think so.
Like,
either,
the
man.
fucking owner ruined it, saying he's gonna pray for
Pray
Wemby.
for yeah, pray for
Yeah,
Victor.
he ruined it with that bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Plus, they're trying to look. The NBA has a tanking problem, and I don't think it's going away, especially after these play-in tournaments with these play-in teams beating number one seeds.
Yeah.
How the fuck did the Bucks lose, man? To the Heat, who were injured.
Yeah.
What?
Remember, it's not a failure.
Yeah. Oh, fucking Giannis with that bullshit. if you don't get a promotion in your job, is it a failure? Nigga, it's not the same thing. Okay, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. And to be honest, what he said, I like what he said. Was like, dog, this ain't it. Like, you could say this to somebody on the street to motivate them. Like, yeah, this sounds like a cool ass Black Panther quote.
Yep.
But dog, you was the number one seed and you lost to a play-in team. Like, people had y'all going to the championship, man, making the finals. Like, nah, man, this is a fair. I mean, your career or your season, as far as personal, accolades, might not be a failure. But no, like, this is a failure, man. This is a disappointing season. Y'all should have high standards, man.
The problem he took with it, I think, is that failure is a triggering word. And I think when he said, is this season a failure, that implied that you were a failure. And look, it's not Giannis's fault. He got hurt. He missed 2 games in the series. And one game he played only like 11 minutes and got hurt in game 1, I believe. So it's not his fault. But yes, this season was a failure for them, man. Like, fucking, they were the number one seed. People had them in the finals at least. Yeah. And they lost to an 8 seed play-in team. So, missing their second best scorer, by the way. So, yes, it was a failure, man. Then don't want to play semantics with these. And only Giannis could get away with this bullshit.
Yeah.
Imagine LeBron say something like this, man. Dog, that might be the entire 3 hours of Undisputed. Skip Bayless would have a whole week of content on his ass.
He will have a hard on during that show, man. Can't wait to talk about this one.
Yeah, but nah, Giannis is so humble and sweet and kind, so he's not going to get any of the blowback.
Honestly, I think it was because he's so sweet and kind and the accent.
Yes.
That's what it was. Edic.
Like, he tells the stupid jokes in the press conference and everybody laughs. Giannis is so corny. Yeah, man. Now, that humble and nice routine is getting old, dog.
Yeah, him and that Black Panther accent. That's the only thing that's why ain't nobody say nothing. Yeah, well, I was like, it was a cool, motivating moment, but bruh, that was a failure.
It 100% was, man. It 100% was. I remember fucking the year, I forget who said it, but the year the Patriots had a perfect season and then lost in the Super Bowl. Yeah. And they some players get up there and said that was a failure. Fuck the regular season win total. It would be better to lose a game in the regular season and win the Super Bowl. Yeah. Obviously. Yeah. So it was a failure. You get to your destination and don't close it out. But that's just sports, man.
It's nothing wrong with failing. You know what I mean? That's not like the end of the world.
Yeah.
Like, we fail all the time. Y'all just gotta rebound from it. And 2, I think I think it's time for a head coaching change, man. Because we talked about this before. Kevin Durant is why that man still got a job.
Yeah.
Because he hit that 3. His foot was on the damn line.
Mm-hmm.
And if he would have made that and it was a 3, like, they would have been out. They probably would have been out, and he probably would have got fired then. Because he was low-key on the hot seat during that time.
Yeah.
But that's the year they end up going to the finals and winning. So I think it's about time for a coaching change, man. That dude got out-coached.
Yeah,
Miami.
yeah. No, they gotta reboot the whole thing, man, and reshuffle some pieces. But yes, it was a failure, Giannis. I don't care how you want to spin it with your fucking accent.
Oh
It
my
was a
God,
failure, man.
Eddie, you work a job, right, Eddie?
You asked me this last year, man. You asked me this last year.
What's it last year?
Their punk ass lost last year too, man. So, so yeah, it was a failure, man. But I get, people being too harsh on athletes, and you got to remember they're human and all that stuff. But yes, it was a failure for what they did, man. It was a kind of embarrassing loss, to be honest.
Yeah, and I'm not saying because they are where they are. It's a blessing, but I bet you on their goals sheet or whatever, they had championship.
It was not get to the playoffs.
Yeah, it wasn't just get to the playoffs and that's it. Like, no, their goal was championship or bust.
Yeah. But to the point of Victor, the NBA has a tanking problem. I think this year we're just really seeing the results of the regular season not mattering, with playing teams beating higher seed teams, and load managing not even working, because like Kawhi load managed all season and then missed most of the playoffs too. Like, what the fuck? What was the point of the load managing? So
wait, real quick, I don't want to get off on the tangent, but how you feel about Stephen A? What he had to say about Kawhi Leonard?
He called him like the worst superstar ever or whatever.
He said the Clippers should force him to retire. Like, the Clippers should force him to retire. I'm done.
I saw the next show when he apologized because I guess somebody talked about, I guess his dad died, and somebody brought that up and they made it like real serious. So he did apologize for that part. He was like, I know he went through some personal things. And sidebar, how long are you going to use mental health as a crutch? Like, look, I know Kawhi went through some shit. Having your dad die is a lot, but how is this just going to be the number one crutch for anybody who doesn't perform in sports? Mental health, like I think that card is being played a little too much now, man. Let's be real.
Yeah,
Kawhi has a lot to answer for, and I think the fact that he just doesn't talk and doesn't make himself like, as visible as most superstars, that he gets a lot of he gets passed or ignored when it comes to his shortcomings. But I mean, look, he misses most of the regular season, then can't play in the playoffs. Why is he even out in the court to begin with?
Yeah, and I think the thing that got me was he was just playing in the previous game, put up like 30 or something.
Yes.
And then the next game, he out for the rest of the series or whatever. Like, what? Because I think we had this conversation before. I'm like, man, like, I wasn't a big Kawhi fan anyway, but I was just like, man, they treating this dude like they can't keep putting him up there with LeBron and KD.
Nah, man.
Because
Look, he got 2 rings. That Raptors championship was really special, man. But he honestly should retire if he can't play no more.
Yeah, man, it's ridiculous at this point because they treating him like a superstar.
Yeah,
which I think if he played all the time, yeah, but they like kept this dude in bubble wrap the whole season, and this dude still can't play. And then he always had a weird history of injuries too. Where remember that whole deal with San Antonio, where he refused to play pretty much, or he said he was hurt. And he was, went to New York, and it was a big mess. And it was all because of an injury that probably San Antonio didn't even know he had. So I don't know if he was like trying to hide the injury or what. But look, man, I would not touch him with a 10-foot pole, man. Like this dude get hurt too much.
You can't.
I'd rather have Anthony Davis.
Yeah, man. It's honestly, he'd probably hang it up if he just can't play at all, man.
Yeah,
but
get that contract, or I mean, if he wasn't making all that money, then I could be like, all right.
Yeah,
he like who LA can bring in instead of him.
But now it's gonna be hard to move him, so I don't know what they're gonna do. But
Yeah.
Yeah, man, they're in a tough spot with him. But yeah, I mean, the NBA and tanking, they just got an issue. I remember the Mavericks got fined like a lot of money because they investigated and found out that they tanked that final game for the play-in that would have got them in the play-in. So they have a better draft percentage or getting a draft in a lottery.
Yeah.
So the league can't reward this, man. So that's why I think like the Mavericks aren't going to get the number one pick. The Rockets won't get the number one pick. Like they can't reward blatant tanking. So I don't know who's going to get Victor, but I just know it's not going to be us. So it's unfortunate.
It might be San Antonio, to be honest, man, because
Yeah.
they've been good for the league for years. Everybody like Greg Popovich. He did everything the right way. You know, he had dynasties.
Plus, didn't they just have a first round pick like leave the league and have to leave the whole league and they had to cut him because he exposed himself? Remember that shit?
Oh yeah. I do remember that. Yeah, I
So
forgot.
maybe they'll be like, yeah, since y'all did that and got rid of that dude, go ahead. We'll go ahead and give y'all Wemby. How about that?
Yeah, I can see that. That would suck for the Rockets because now they got to deal with Luka and Dallas.
Yeah.
And Wemby
Luka might move too, man. He's starting to get frustrated with that situation. Yeah. So we'll see. But yeah, I don't know, man. I would be hurt if Wemby went to San Antonio. I'm not gonna lie, man.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it goes.
Pray for Victor that he don't go there.
if he's not in Houston, keep him out of Texas, period. Okay. That's all I ask. All right.
Yeah.
Other things going on. Anything else happening in the NBA or sports, period? I don't think so. Oh, my condolences about the Cavaliers, man. Lost.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised, man. Like I was happy they made the playoffs, but they got a lot of stuff they got to figure out, man.
How do you feel about Dylan Brooks and all this shit talking going on with your boy LeBron?
Man, I don't know. I feel like the media is kind of pumping this up a lot too, man, because it's like, I feel like he ain't that damn good. They treating him like he Draymond Green or something. Like, this dude ain't win nothing. And I don't know, like, I don't have a problem with him talking shit, but I do think it's funny how, when they getting their ass whooped,
he don't want to say nothing.
Don't want to say nothing. And Ja Morant don't want to say nothing. I'm just like, man, it kind of made me not like the Memphis Grizzlies, man, because I was low key a fan of them because how young they were and they was beasting. And with all this shit, man, it's just like, man, like y'all acting like this when y'all lose. Like, nah, I'm cool on y'all, man. Like, nah, who y'all think y'all are? The Detroit Pistons in the 80s?
Yeah.
Like, nah, man, get out of here, man. Like you'll be a fool to sit there and talk shit to LeBron like that. Like, you gotta be really cocky, man. Like, even the Golden State Warriors don't talk shit to LeBron like that. So, nah, man. I'm cool.
Yeah.
On that.
Look, I liked it for a while for comedy purposes alone. The fact that somebody just went and said LeBron old and dissed him. Like, he was talking like internet niggas talk about LeBron, but in real life. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? I was fucking with it because, like, look, everybody talks about how the league is too friendly, how nobody beefs with nobody no more, and there's no rivalries. I like this rivalry, man. I like it. But I agree with you. It is weak how when they lose, they don't want to say shit. They're sore losers. But when they win, when they up, they want to talk shit. When they lose, I'm gonna. There's no availability for Ja Morant or Dylan Brooks. So it is weak, man.
Yeah, and
but
then
I do like the energy though. I like the energy they brought to the series.
And see, I don't like how he tried to say, "Oh yeah, I know I just said the media kind of pumping this up, which they are, but." Like, dog, you doing all of this shit, man. So how you gonna get mad that the media is calling you a dirty player?
Yep.
Like, dog, you doing all of this shit, man. So I just ain't get that, man. Like, same thing with Draymond. Like, you know how you be playing. So you can't sit there and say, oh, the media turned against me and trying to so they got everybody think I'm a dirty player. Yes, you are, man. Like, what fucking round you playing? Like, no, at this point, you just got to accept it.
Yeah. I mean, you're supposed to argue your case. I get every player gonna have an issue with an ejection or suspension, but look, Draymond had a history, man. That's just what happens when you're that kind of player. So it is what it is, but they'll be all right. Looks like they're bouncing back on that series too. Everybody thought they was down and out, but looking like they're gonna make it back.
I know, man.
So we'll see how that goes, man.
And mess around, be the Lakers and Golden State.
That'll be lit, man. I know the league wants that matchup. So
yeah, honestly, the Eastern. I'm kind of glad the Cavs lost because I think this is a nice look at Eastern Conference because you got Miami and New York, and then you got I forgot the other teams. I forgot the other teams in the East. You got Miami. You got Miami, New York. You got Boston and Boston. Who else? I forgot.
I already forgot. I've been missing some games, man. Who's fucking?
Yeah, but it's a nice little Eastern Conference thing going. So yeah, I'm not mad at it at all, man.
Yes, Philly, Boston, Miami, and New York. I forgot Philly's still in it, man. I completely forgot Philly's still in it.
Yeah,
I haven't been watching any of their games.
Yeah, and we already too hyped with James Harden coming back.
Yeah,
motherfucker still in the playoffs.
And by the way, at halftime, the Kings are up 58-51 against Golden State. Golden State is up 3-2 in the series, so could close it out tonight. We'll see. But yeah, anyway, that was a long sports segment.
Yeah,
but a lot to break down, a lot of stuff we missed out on. A lot of stuff going on, period, in sports, man. So we have to break all that down. Some RIPs are in order, by the way. RIP to Harry Belafonte, passed away at the age of 96. Man. It's another one where I thought he already died, man.
Really?
Like, I could have sworn when I saw the headline, I was like, wait a minute, I thought he died like last year. So I could have sworn I saw him in a headline in a death or something. Damn. But RIP to Harry Belafonte, man. Long
life, man.
Long life. Very storied history, man. A leader in civil rights. Great singer. Everything he's done. RIP to him. And RIP to Jerry Springer as well, man. Died at 70-something.
71.
71.
Or 74.
Something like that. What was his age, man?
Yeah.
I want to say 79.
79, okay. Yeah, that's what it was. 71 a little early.
79. Yeah. Because you got to remember, like, he was old back when we were kids in the 90s. So, yeah, 79 sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And it's crazy how he was part of our childhood. Like, he was like a major part of our childhood, man.
Yeah, man. It's like our babysitter.
Yeah.
You home from work watching Jerry Springer show.
Yeah. Come home from school, and it's about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Jerry Springer on, man.
Yeah. That show was one of those things we're just going to look back on and be like, what the fuck do you put on TV, man?
Yeah.
Like, looking back where we are as a society now and our thoughts on, like, gay people and trans and women's rights and misogyny and domestic violence. There was a show where it's like you openly mocked gay people.
Yeah.
You fight straight people. Men got in fights with trans people.
Yeah.
And men were fighting women. Men were admitting to being deadbeat dads, doing backflips because the kids ain't theirs. Like, what a wild time to live through, man. But
that's wild, man. And man, something like I knew this back when I was younger, but I thought about it when he passed. I'm like, damn, this dude was really the mayor of Cincinnati, man. He was really a mayor. I think that's wild, man. Like, I just, I know the mayor is not like the highest rank. Mayor of Cincinnati is not the highest ranking politician, but I'm like, damn, this dude, like it kind of makes something like Donald Trump seem normal. Like, like the way we look at things and politicians and all that stuff, it's like anybody could be in that seat. But I was just thinking about that. I'm like, man, that's wild, man.
No, it is, man. Troy says Jerry Springer and the Attitude Era in WWF. We won't see that type of shit ever again. Yeah, I agree,
Yeah,
man. It was
yeah,
like, look, people get mad that times change. I've accepted it. Like, look, man, just because it was cool back then don't mean it's cool now. But I'm just
yeah,
happy I lived when I lived. Okay, 'cause I feel like I got the best of both worlds. I got the anything goes on TV. All these offensive jokes are funny and okay, and now it's just a more like you gotta be watch what you say, man. But I'm not mad at it. I'm just glad I saw the Attitude
yeah.
Era and the
Mhm.
reality TV era when it was at its peak fuckery.
Yeah.
So
No, WWF was crazy, man. I was just thinking about it because I saw a headline with Triple H recently. I forgot what the headline was,
hmm
but I ended up searching Triple H. I briefly looked at his Wikipedia page, and it said married to Stephanie McMahon. And I thought about that storyline they had when remember Stephanie's supposed to get married to Tess,
yes.
and I'm
She got kidnapped by Triple H and like
yeah,
he married her by
he like
force.
drunk, he like drugged her or some shit.
Yes.
And they got married.
I remember that,
I'm
man.
like, and as a kid, mind you, I'm thinking this stuff is real. I'm thinking this, legit. But I'm like, what? I'm like, this is crazy. But now when I look at it, I'm like, man, what type of shit was they on? Like that would just imagine being in the writing room. Like, all right, this is what we gonna do. All right, Stephanie, you gonna be Tess' fiance. And then Triple H, later I want you to come in and I want you to slip something in her drink and take her to the chapel and marry her. I'm like, what type of that was wild, man.
yeah,
And that was
him
one of
putting
many wild storylines.
and you got to remember that was the owner of the company's daughter, and he had to like write a storyline where she was basically getting raped. It's like what the fuck, man. This man was crazy. Oh, speaking
Yeah.
of that,
Yeah.
this man's getting sued by a black writer.
Mm.
This is like some recent shit that happened. Apparently, a black female writer is suing Vince McMahon in WWE for objecting to offensively racist and stereotypical jargon using the scripts of black wrestlers, including Bianca Belair and Apollo Crews. She complained of racial and gender stereotypes in scripts, including ones instructing Belair to say, don't make me take my earrings off and beat your ass. And Cruz was supposed to speak with a stereotypical and exaggerated Nigerian accent, but was nixed, I guess. So yeah, even now people are saying his shit was racist. Somebody brought up a storyline where I guess some Saudi Arabian wrestler was supposed to be like the mastermind behind 9/11. It's like what the fuck? Look, I did not. Like, how do you even do that in wrestling, man? You come out to the crowd, be like, I have something to tell y'all. I did 9/11. Like, boo!
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That is crazy, man. When if like the head of security of the United States really stepped in on this?
Right? Like, you get investigated, like, nigga, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So, yeah, this man was crazy, man. He's had some wild ass storylines, and it's really incredible that even was aired on cable TV. Even so, what a wild time to be alive, man.
Man, wow. you just had to
Godfather and the whole train. We was kids watching this shit, man.
No, the one I seen recently. Remember Al Snow?
Yes.
What does everybody want?
I didn't understand that when I was a kid, man. I had no idea what that meant.
I didn't either
until
man.
years later.
Look, man, this was around the time when I used to go to church, 3 days out the week with my mother. She used to force me to go to church.
Mm-hmm.
I think if she knew wrestling was like this, she would not let me watch because she used to try to watch what I listened to. She would make me get all the clean music instead of the dirty music.
Yeah,
all that stuff. But she was cool with wrestling. She let me take wrestling and watch it later and all that stuff. She never sat there and tried to see what was going on. But if she did, she will ban wrestling from my house.
Yeah, man. There was a lot of adults had no idea what was going on on Monday
What
Night
does
Raw.
everybody want?
Hey,
Hey.
he brought a head out with him too. Like, what the fuck? I had no idea what that meant when I was a kid.
You know,
But looking back, I was like, this is wild.
I might have to look and see if he got a shirt or some merch or something.
I'm
He got
probably
the
not.
outdoor shirt.
They can't sell that now, man. They're a cleaned up company, publicly traded and whatnot. So yeah, they
I
can't
can't
trade
believe
that.
I ain't put two and two together, man, as a kid.
I had no idea what head meant like that when I was a kid, man. I was like, that was before puberty. I didn't know what that shit was called. Troy says Val Venus. Yeah, they had a male porn star gimmick. Like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Dude was stripping and shit.
Yeah.
Wild times, man.
Walk around in a robe.
Hello, ladies. Oh man, what a wild time in WWE.
Yeah.
So any new releases come out, man? Anything you've been bumping? There is a new album out with Black Thought. I haven't heard it yet. I think it came out next week. I got to listen to that. I'll try to get that in this week. But anything you've been bumping lately, man?
I've been kind of in a hipster bag, man. So today, like,
Okay.
I'm sure you probably not hip to this group, but it's a group called Beach House.
Okay.
It's more some hippie, Tame Impala type of vibe.
Mhm.
So I've been listening to them. I've been listening to The Neighborhood. This is an old album, by the way, by The Neighborhood. It's
Mhm.
kind of like a little rock band. And shout out to the OG Ron C and them. They actually chopped and slopped it.
Oh, nice.
Chopped and slowed it, or however you go. I don't know how they say it. But yeah, so I've been listening to that a lot. I ain't really listening to nothing new, man. I'm still kind of in a funk when it comes to like new music. None really caught my attention.
Yeah, I know. Speaking of Tame Impala, they have a new song with Thundercat out that I bumped. I like
seen
it.
that. I ain't check it out yet, but
I heard it. I liked it, man. But yeah, I agree with this new music. It's been kind of difficult. Plus, there hasn't been a lot of big releases out recently,
Yeah.
man. So
I tell you what, though, we're probably getting into this. But I ain't gonna lie, man. We kind of shitted on the Drake song a couple weeks ago.
the
But the
AI's
AI
been killing the game, man.
Man,
AI's been
I'm
putting some of
telling
the
you,
hottest
man.
tracks of the year out.
I'm telling you, man. I'm like, man, they got a problem with that, man.
Yeah,
'Cause
Skynet's
I'm
in the
like,
bag, man.
that shit sound good. I'm like, damn, I might have to put this in the Serato.
Well, fuck it. Let's talk about that now, man.
Yeah,
So we're
yeah.
getting to current events and whatnot. AIs are taking over the game.
Yes.
They are taking over the game. Record companies getting scared. Artists are getting scared. Drake is suing people. Everybody's getting upset because AI songs are taking over the charts, man. I think it really started with this Drake and Weeknd song that came out. Of course, it really wasn't Drake and Weeknd. It was an AI generated song. Now, from what I understand, like people are feeding the AI the artist songs to train it into their voice. And then they're having it record like a new song. And I guess doing the production or whatnot. But yeah, there is a AI Drake and Weeknd song that is actually not bad.
Is that the one called Winter? Or something
No,
like that,
Winter's
right?
Cold is a only Drake song. And that song
Okay.
is hard,
That's
man.
all hard. Yeah, that's
Like,
the
look,
song I
people
like.
shitted on, oh, it's AI. It has no heart. If Drake dropped that song, niggas would not be complaining, man. If
Yeah.
you didn't know it was AI and you just played that song for somebody, you'd be like, damn, Drake got some heat. He coming back with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
No, it sound good, man. It sound good. If somebody say, hey, this is a new unreleased Drake, I wouldn't have known.
nah. I would not have known there was some AI songs you can tell, like the Drake. I've heard some Michael Jackson covers of like some recent songs, and everyone you know is not because obviously, but even though like, you could tell the voice is funny and it don't really fit right. But some of them, man, you really can't tell. There's been some Ariana Grande covers of Drake songs which sound legit. Like I've heard Jay-Z rap Ether. I've heard Biggie do Wu-Tang songs and
I ain't
shit.
hear that one.
Yeah, man. It's wild, dog.
Damn.
So I mean, it's a lot of fun being had with the AI, but also, I mean, it's proven that these artists like how it's very strange because I'm wondering how they're going to like do basically how can you control your voice? You know, how
Yeah,
can you because how honestly, how can you say if they're not saying this is Drake, how can you say this is illegal? How can you say
yeah,
you have to take this down?
yeah. How do you
That's the
stop it?
question.
Yeah, how do you even stop it? Because like, let's say me and you decide to do something like that,
Hmm.
and just we get nerdy and we create some type of Drake song, and it's fire. Like, what they? I mean, they can sue all they want, but like, how they gonna stop all this?
Yeah. And people laughed at that. Remember the AI rapper, the FN Mecca, who
Yeah,
got canceled because it was like white people making the rapper say nigga.
yeah,
But look, man, I think we're definitely going to see like an AI generated rapper pretty soon. And he's
yeah.
going to
I ain't
have like
laughing.
some top charting hits.
Yeah, I ain't laugh at that at all, man. That was actually kind of scary. It
Yeah.
was a little bit scary, and I guess the way my mind worked, I was thinking like, dang, I used to rap. So maybe, I don't really have the image or the honestly the time to go out there and try to be a rapper.
Hmm.
Maybe I could create a AI generated rapper and just me do the raps behind the scenes and all that stuff. That way, I could still live a normal life, but just put out the music and had this generated character as the rapper. So that's what I was thinking about. But it's scary, man.
It is. And I'm wondering because the industry is scrambling. Like the songs are being taken down now. I think Universal is filing copyright claims and whatnot. But it's interesting to see because there's gonna have to be they're gonna take this to the Supreme Court, I think, to have some new laws put in place to make this illegal. But
It's
it's
gonna
like,
be
how
kind of like
can
the
you make
boot.
it illegal,
Yeah,
man?
it's gonna kind of be like the bootlegging laws. How they try
Exactly.
to stop the bootlegging and copyrighting that type of movies and albums and stuff. And you see, they still didn't even stop that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what do you think, man? Number one, what do you think about these AI songs, period? And what do you think they can really do to stop it? Or do you think this is just the tip of the iceberg and it's gonna get worse?
I think it's the tip of the iceberg. I think it's gonna get way worse. I do think, look, man, to me, when people do stuff like this, because often I feel like this world is so damn stupid. But stuff like this made me feel like it's the world is fucking intelligent, man.
Hmm.
Because how scary? Yeah, imagine if somebody just took your voice and made another you. That's fucking genius and it's fucking scary, man. So I think this is the tip of the iceberg, man. Honestly, I thought because after the FM Mecca guy, the AI, I figure it would be more AIs coming like right after that because the only thing they messed up on was behind the scenes it was all white people or a white guy doing all of
Hmm.
this. I think eventually, it's probably still gonna be the same. It's probably still gonna be some white people behind the scenes doing everything, but they're gonna put like a black face to it, like Snoop. Hey, this
Yep.
is Snoop, new artist, and him be the face of it, but all it's gonna be like our damn record label, pretty much. Somebody might be the face of this record label, but it's none but white guys running the show and making most of the money. So I figured it would probably be like that, but I ain't think it would be people imitating or making getting Drake's voice or the Weeknd's voice and all that stuff. That that's troubling because we already see the struggles these artists having as far as selling records. Now, you making fire songs because let's be real, man. There's a lot of people out here that's talented writing, but they're just not huge at all. It's people like me and you that really don't have nothing but got a strong ass pen game.
Hmm.
So if you put that strong ass pen game to an AI Drake voice, and the song is probably amazing, and that's making Drake look awful, man. Because it's like, damn, like we've been having this Drake debate for a long time, how, you know, his music ain't really been hitting. And we even questioned if he was even motivated to do music. And now you got somebody with a strong ass pen game making better Drake songs than Drake. So I think that could be a lot of trouble, man. And not even mentioning how they can benefit off of it money wise, which is not a good thing for, you know, the record labels. So I think I think artists and the record labels gonna be in a world of trouble. And I guess the best way to bypass that is maybe artists need to start maybe they need to get a team together and make a AI generated artist and just try to be the ones in front of it. Like, hey, I'm signing. If I'm 21 Savage, I'm gonna make a AI generated artist. Be like, hey, I'm signing him to Slaughter Gang. This is my artist. And maybe you write the music or something. I don't know. I would try to get creative like that, man. But but in the same sentence, I don't know how the record label gonna respond to that, because that could be a whole nother you know, piece of drama right there. But I think that's where we going to, man. We talked about it before, how, you know, that's kind of gonna suck the life out of music. And, you know, we like the realness, we like to go to the actual concert and all that stuff. But man, if you're a record label and all you got to do is just create a generated artist any way you want, you don't have to worry about them being a diva. You don't have to worry about them getting in trouble, all the drama. You could just make everything. So it pretty much be like a cartoon. You could just, because look at the Simpsons, man. They've been running for like 40 years, man. Nothing really changed. And, you know, it's not like it's real life, like a real sitcom where people get old, people pass away, people want to move on, you know, people become drama queens and stuff like that. You could potentially do this AI artist forever until you don't want to do it no more. I think that's going to be the way of life, man. And I'm kind of curious if they're going to go to that over like a real artist. So
yeah, somebody got to test the waters, man. That's the thing. Somebody got to test the waters, and it's got to be done in like a non-corny ass way. That effing Mecha shit looked corny, man. That was the worst thing about it. It looked like the dude looked stupid as hell. And even outside the N-word controversy, it just looked bad. Somebody got to test the waters like a real rapper. Or maybe a rapper comes out and you don't know it's AI generated until way later. Like he drops an EP and it's fire, and you're like, who is this artist? Turns out it's not a real person.
Yeah, just imagine one of our, I'm using this vaguely, but one of our favorite artists, Yeet. Mm-hmm. Just imagine if you found out he was an AI generated artist.
That would be hilarious.
You'll be like, what? But you'll be like, damn, the shit is kind of fire though, man. Yeah. And you're gonna keep listening. But I think it have to be something like that, because I don't think a lot of people seen Yeet in person like that. So I didn't even know. I just found out the man wasn't even black. Like a couple months ago. So I think it have to be something like that, where, you know, you could just kind of roll the music out, get the reaction to it, keep doing it. And then eventually at the end, it's like, oh, this is a AI generated artist. Mm-hmm. Or either it got to be a big time artist rolling out a AI generated artist saying, hey, you know, Snoop Dogg got an artist and this is his artist. It's an AI generated art. It got to be something.
It's funny you said Snoop Dogg, because I feel like Snoop would 100% do that shit, man. Like, this is the same motherfucker who took all the Death Row albums off of streaming to put them on the metaverse. So I 100% believe that he would be the first rapper to endorse an AI generated rapper.
He endorsed anything though, man. Yes. So I could see him like, and that's why I'm saying that's what's so scary about it, man. I could see, you know, a label full of white people behind the scenes coming up with this artist and saying, hey, Snoop, we'll give you a bag if you take this artist under your wing and say this is your artist under your label. I think it could work, man, because we so easily fooled. We could be like, oh yeah, support black people, support Snoop Dogg, yeah, independent. We do all of that stuff, but it could be a whole show behind the scenes, man. That's cleaning up on money, writing the N word, whatever, and just cleaning up, all because Snoop is in front, and we can turn the other cheek.
Yeah.
So
Scary time, man.
yeah,
I've been thinking about this AI shit a lot in general, like about how it's just going to take over our entire world, man. Because the rate it's advancing is just incredible, man. A lot of jobs going to be obsolete in the next like 5 to 10 years with AI, and music will change, I think, as well. It's just a weird time to live in, man. I'm excited. I'm like excited and scared at the same time of what's gonna happen. Like we're
yeah,
living in a movie right now, man. Legit, we are living in a movie of the AI takeover. So,
yeah, and on top of that too, a lot of people been getting scammed, man, because
mhm,
some of these fake voice calls, they can record your voice
yeah,
and then they could call you back like, hey, like if somebody get my voice, they could get my voice and call you and be like, hey, what's up, Rocket? How you doing? Hey, can I borrow some money? Can I, they can talk to
mhm,
you like it's really me
yeah,
and it's not me. And I think which is weird because a lot of people got scammed like that,
yeah,
but they got scammed in the worst way because it'd be like, hey, this is your dad. Hey, I need to borrow some money. And you know what your parents sound like. You
mhm.
just got to tell. So, I think a lot of people got scammed like that. But that's scary itself, man.
No, it is, man. There's gonna be some new laws and regulations put in place pretty quick uh to regulate this AI shit, man. Because I think people are gonna push it to its absolute boundary, and like there's gonna be a lot of scamming, gonna be a lot of fraud, gonna be a lot of artists being copied, their voice taken for songs they're not a part of. And yes, there's something's gonna have to pass pretty quickly to regulate the AI shit, man, because
Yeah.
it's it's getting kind of spooky out here, man. Spooky hours.
Did you hear did you hear this program I think they made or working on where they can I guess they can imitate a voice of your loved one that you lost if you
That's
have
too much,
like
man.
if you have a voicemail of your your grandmother or aunt or something like that, that's like I guess all you need is like 20 seconds of that voicemail or 30 seconds, and they can actually put something together where you could, your grandmother, your dead grandmother can talk. I'm like, man, I don't even want to hear that. Like,
Right?
I got
Who really want to see that,
dog, I
man?
got voicemails of people who passed away in my phone now that I
Hmm.
never went back to, man. I just can't do it, man. This is weird for me. Like, I definitely don't want to hear hear this shit.
Nah, man, that's gonna be fucking. And then on top of that, look, we're gonna hear new Michael Jackson and Tupac songs now, man. Like we're gonna
Worse,
fucking
man.
yeah, it's gonna be fucking out of
Yeah,
control. New Elvis songs gonna come
yeah,
out and
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, I forgot who I think I was talking to who was it? I think it was somebody on Twitter. I think it was Young Ari Gold. Shout out to Young Ari Gold, friend of the show.
Hmm.
And we were talking about this whole AI thing and all the dead people they gonna probably try to bring back out. And one of them that caught my eye, that I'm like, they 100% gonna do this, and people gonna be pissed. Some people might gonna be pissed, but they still gonna listen to it. But Nipsey, they
Oh
definitely
yeah.
gonna remake some Nipsey
Hmm.
songs, and you're gonna have half of the internet pissed off and disgusted, but the other half gonna be like, damn, this shit kind of fire.
Yeah.
So and then
No, man.
of course you're gonna have Lauren London playing the role of like Vanessa Bryant
Yeah.
trying to stop all of this and sue and stuff like that. But I don't know what you can do in that situation like that.
Yeah. And we already have some cases where it's been like approved to the person who's alive. Like James Earl Jones has like officially retired from doing the Darth Vader voice for Star Wars because he's too old to do it.
Yeah.
But he said it's okay for them to he signed off on them using AI to
Damn.
use his voice. So now they can keep using his voice even long after he's
Forever.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Damn.
it's spooky, man. It's a brave new world we're facing out here with these AI streets, man. So
Man.
make sure you don't get scammed, man. Niggas know
Yeah.
that. No, I know anybody who hits me up for money is scamming me because there's no way niggas know what type of time I'm on, man. Okay, so like they already know. But
Yeah.
anybody ask me for money, I'd be like, okay, whose AI is this? I know you know I'm not gonna give you money, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, crazy times out here, man.
Crazy.
Other things that happened this past couple of weeks. We'll talk about Coachella, man. Frank Ocean got into some deep water. You see what I did there?
Yeah.
Frank Ocean was supposed to headline both weekends of Coachella a few weeks ago. Now his first show, he ended up being over an hour late. Reportedly, they tore down his entire set. He had a whole set with figure skaters and all this stuff. Apparently, at the last second, he reportedly didn't want any of that.
Yeah.
And he said either change it or I'm not going out there. So they had to rush to change the whole production at the last minute. So he came out over an hour late and did a shortened set because of it. And it was very disappointing for a lot of people who were there and saw it. Also, at the last second, he said he didn't want it streamed on YouTube, which was strange. The entire concert had been streamed on YouTube. But at the last second, he said he did not want his concert streamed on YouTube. So there was that as well. So yeah, the concert itself was very mid to a lot of people who saw it and were there. They were disappointed. And after that, he canceled his second show and said that he had an ankle injury and couldn't perform.
Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there are conspiracy theories as to this being another case of a Frank finesse.
Yeah.
Where he got the bag and dipped. And others think he was genuine and he just couldn't do the show he really wanted to for whatever reason. He did tease new music, but he's done that for a long time now. So who knows where we're going to get it. So what are your thoughts on Mr. Frank Ocean's performance here? And do you think he's actually going to put out some new music after this?
I don't think he's going to put out any new music. I think he's full of it. I think he just finessed Coachella. I don't know if he have a beef against them or what, but it seemed like he was purposely trying to be an asshole. It seemed like he was honestly, it seemed like he was trying to get fired. Mm-hmm. You know, people just do some wild stuff, just try to get fired. He wasn't performing. I think a lot of people saying the songs he was performing wasn't really good. He was making different versions to the song. It's kind of very Lauryn Hill-ish. And a lot of people really ain't care for that. And to me, it seemed like he tried to just get out. He tried to do the one show, get out of it. And hopefully they kind of tell him to move on and he still get paid. Because right after all of this, you get the ankle injury. Like, bro, you're not playing in the NBA or you're not playing sports. You can sit your ass down and play the piano and do a concert, man. So I just didn't. It sound goofy from the beginning, man. And I was a Frank Ocean fan, man. I like Channel Orange, but it's getting ridiculous, man. Like, I can't support all this. It's getting frustrating. It seems like he don't really care. And I hate the whole, I'm doing this for my fans and all. Like, go out there and perform for your fans. Like, stop trying to be an asshole, man. Go out there, give your fans a good show and keep it pushing. Look, man, I think we had this conversation about, some of the best entertainers. I appreciate Taylor Swift, man. Taylor Swift, she do everything for her fans. Like, I don't know anybody who love their fans more than Taylor Swift. I never heard a fan say or anybody say a bad thing about Taylor Swift shows. Like, just do your thing for your fans, man. I just hate all of this being difficult type shit. And I think that's what he was doing. And To me, he had one album. A lot of people like the Nostalgia mixtape. I think it's called Nostalgia. I don't really know nothing about that mixtape, but I do like Channel Orange. I think that's a classic album. But that's it, man. Like, dog, ain't nobody about to be going through all of this for you. Like, you could go on back where you came from and just chill. Like, why is we going through all of this? So look, man, Coachella. If I was Coachella, I would have just said, get the hell out of from the beginning. If you like, dog, them people been practicing the ice. Yeah, the ice skating rink out there and changed it last minute, the same day. After those people been probably practicing for weeks. Like, nah, man, I would be like, nah, we keeping this. Like if you don't like it, get the hell out of here. Then at this point, man. I know it's hard because these artists are huge and that's what's selling their tickets. But I think it get to a point, man. These festivals kind of got to stand up to some of these artists because that's ridiculous. That's crazy. And I would never do business with that dude.
Yeah, man. I'm pretty much in the same boat. I was a fan of his first mixtape, the Nostalgia Ultra, when he first came out. I thought he was talented, but I don't think he's this talented, man. Like nigga walking around like he D'Angelo, man. Like you if you're gonna be this air of mystery and not put out nothing and not communicate with nobody, you better have a catalog like Rihanna or Kendrick Lamar or some shit. I don't think
And
they
don't
even deserve.
like that.
Yeah, I don't even think they get the. They should be doing some shit like that with their catalog. But
Yeah.
like, it's I don't know, man. I feel bad for his fans. That's all I can say because I don't really care what he does, honestly. But I feel bad for his fans. Is the dude who just clearly does not really care about music no more like that for whatever reason. I know he's gone through some personal things, mental health. Like I said, his brother died apparently, so I understand personal things can happen that make you question whether you want to do this anymore. But my issue is just like teasing the fans, or saying you're gonna do something and then not living up to it. Frank Ocean didn't have to do a whole lot, man. All he had to do was show up for his fans. Okay, he didn't need the fucking ice skating rink. He didn't need some grand production. Maybe in his mind, he thinks that's what he needs because he's been away for so long that the expectations are just ramped up. I don't think they have. I don't think people expect that much from Frank Ocean, man. They just want something. That's the thing with the new age fans, man. They just want to be fed by the artist. They want something. It don't have to be like the most classic R&B album to ever be made. They just want something. And he can't even do that. Like, as some artists, I think, get stuck in their head for too long and they just can't, like Dr. Dre and The Chronic with the he was supposed to make a Detox for a long time. It never came out. He eventually just said it wasn't good enough. And it's like, man, it didn't have to be as good as the last Chronic album, man, as 2001.
Some people just want to hear music.
Yes, we just wanted to hear new Dr. Dre shit, man. It had been so long. And he eventually did put out the Compton album, which was all right. I'm glad he at least put that out. But people just want to hear something, man, after a while. And people just wanted to see him perform and perform some new songs, maybe, which he didn't even do. So it's just it's frustrating, I'm sure, being a fan of his, man, because he has this kind of seemingly entitled attitude, and I don't think he has the look. He ain't Prince, man. Okay, certain people can get away being an asshole.
Yeah, not even close, man.
Certain people can get away being. Prince was an asshole according to all reports, but he deserved that, man. Okay, he earned that. So I can't be mad about Prince being an asshole. At least he released new music every fucking year, damn near.
Yeah.
So some people have the talent to. I'm not saying anybody should be an asshole, but some of them have the talent to justify it.
Yeah. We always people always bring up how Steve Harvey have all those rules.
Yeah.
Don't look at me, don't talk.
Yeah.
All that
don't
stuff.
come in my room.
As ridiculous as that is, I think he earned the right to. He got to that point where he could do something like that, man. That dude
Yeah.
doing everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not mad at him if he feel that way. I don't think anybody should act like that, but I feel like he earned it to get to that point.
Yeah. No, I agree, man. So with Frank Ocean is just like, I just don't think that music justifies him being like this. Fuck it. The second show, people bought tickets months ago to
Yeah.
see Frank Ocean, man. And for the people that couldn't be there on weekend one, I'm sure they were really looking forward to it on weekend two.
Yeah.
And the fact he couldn't even show up for them, man, I'm sure he got paid a whole lot of money to do both weekends. And since he said it was an injury, he probably still got the money regardless. But all you gotta do is show up and perform, man. He could have been out there with a stool and no visuals, just got out there. People would have said it was artsy. People said it was bold and artsy.
He got them fans where he could put out a song farting and they could be like,
yeah, scoopity poop like Kanye, man. He could put out a silent song like Pootie Tang did and have the streets go crazy. So one of my favorite scenes, by the way, that fucking scene in Pootie Tang where he told the dude to put the fucking faders all the way down and he's singing and nothing's coming out and there Chris Rock DJ going crazy. Pootie done did it again. Pootie done did it again. That's one of my favorite movie scenes of all time, man. That's just so funny. But yeah, Frank Ocean could do anything as long as he just did something for the fans, and he couldn't even do that. So it's unfortunate, man.
And see, that's what I hate. Like I said, you can feel a certain type of way about Coachella. Hell, look, we all go through some things, man. If you got some personal problems going on, like I understand, like you're already hiding. You're not out here available all the time. So I get that. Like I'm not mad if he's not putting out music all the time. Like if you got some personal things going on, I get it. But when you hit that stage, when you agree to perform for your fans, you gotta give them your all, man. Like no matter what the situation is, unless it's like a situation like Kanye went through when his wife was robbed or some shit or held at gunpoint, and he was at the show and he skedaddled out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's something like that, man, you need to be at that show giving your fans everything, man, because they the ones that's holding you down. It's not Coachella. It's not all this. They the ones buying the tickets expecting to see you. So I just can't rock with that, man. That's what I feel like people like, I know we praise Beyonce and all and the Taylor Swifts all the time, but look, you can say what you want about their music. You cannot be a fan, but they put on shows, man. You can tell they actually care and they appreciate what they do. They don't dip off for years and play all these bullshit games to people. I don't know. It just rubbed me the wrong way, man. This the type of stuff that made me kind of fall off the bandwagon. Like, I don't care about this dude, man. Like, go out there, make a. Just imagine if he went out there and made a legendary performance. We'll be super. I'll be like, oh, I can't wait for some music now.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing all this, I'm just like, screw this dude, man. Like he's always been difficult when it comes to the music anyway.
Yeah.
With the exclusive Apple deal and then take it down and then drop another. Like he been finessing everybody already. He finessed these record labels. Was it record label? No, I think he finessed Apple. He had some type of.
Well, he finessed his way out his previous. ASAP Rocky talked about this on a show. He basically finessed his way out of his old album by releasing some bullshit, or his whole label. By releasing some bullshit that got him technically out the label, then he could cut a deal where the label didn't get any of that money for Apple Music and got like $20 million for whatever he did for them. So that's crazy, man.
Yeah, so it's just like, man, like stuff like that just rubbed me the wrong way. Like, dog, just stay away, then, man.
Yeah,
like if you want to do all this shit, just stay away. I still listen to Channel Orange, but that's it, man. Just stay away.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. And I'm not buying the ankle injury thing because he seemed just fine from the video I saw. He said allegedly he broke it on the fairgrounds before the show.
Nah,
But
man.
I mean, he looked just fine, man. Okay. And by the way, you don't need your foot to sing. All right.
Yeah.
I seen Tyler the Creator perform in the fucking leg cast. A lot of artists have performed with their
Shit,
leg
Drake.
fucking injured. Yeah,
Yeah.
Drake performing
Drake tore
crutches.
ACL.
Yep. Like, look, I'm not buying the ankle injury, man. He just wanted out. So it is what it is. It's unfortunate for his fans, but hopefully they learn to get off the bandwagon
just
and go stand
move
somebody
on, man.
else.
There's some other people that's good too, man.
Yeah, stand somebody who deserves it, man. Time for an update on cancellation tour 2023. By the way, our boy Jonathan Majors, man, he's still in it. He's still in it. He's still going through it.
Damn.
Last week he had been apparently he had been dropped from his agency. I believe a few projects that were starring him have dropped him now as well. And there were reports that more women were going to come out with accusations against him and his behavior. Figgy, is it officially a wrap for your boy Jonathan Majors, or does he still have his shot, man?
I think it's a wrap, man. It's not looking good at all. We still ain't see the tape, which is to me, I think it's a bad sign, because if nothing happened, I think he would have put that tape out in no time to squash that. But man, I think it's not a good look. I think it was rumors about Marvel possibly recasting his role. So I don't think they just gonna put that out there and then change their mind. I think if that's the rumor, if that's out there, I think they're looking. They just trying to figure out how to, get the carpet from under him, and not lose a lot of money. I guess, I don't know. I guess they want to be sued or something. I don't know. I think they probably trying to finagle their way out this deal so they can move on from him.
Yeah,
but I think it's over with, man. It's very unfortunate. This is probably one of the quickest ups and downs I've seen in a long time, man. Like, that dude, I still think about this. We was talking about him literally the week before. How he gonna be the next big thing. Creed was going up. He was in the Marvel movie, and he probably gonna be in the next 4 or 5 Marvel movies. We was talking about all of that, and next week it all went down the toilet, man. So it's very unfortunate. I still don't know what happened, so I'm not picking sides or anything. And it's funny because every time I'm tweet about it, like, damn, he messed up the bag. It's always, I heard some rumbling, but yeah, every time I bring it up, it's always people like, we don't know what happened, or didn't the girl say he cleared and he didn't do anything? I'm like, that shit don't even matter, man. Just for the simple fact that this happened, like, jobs and sponsorships can just take that away, man. No matter what happened, they don't even Now, if it become clear, then of course they'll come back to him. He ain't gonna turn them down. They're gonna come back, but just for the simple fact that he's in this situation, peace. They out. So I think that's a bad sign no matter what really happened. And it's always the court of public opinion when it comes to that type of stuff. So I think it's over with, man. I don't know. Maybe he'll be on Power or something. Maybe he'd be on the Tyler Perry movie. But right now, man, that Marvel bag and Creed, I think all of that is over, man.
Yeah, I'm wondering what Marvel's going to do. I think Marvel will be like, whatever decision they make is going to set the precedent for how we treat Jonathan Majors going forward, or at least the industry does. Because number one, he's already filmed the 2nd season of Loki, so he's going to be in that no matter what.
Yeah.
But he's supposed to be in the next Avengers movie too, which is a big deal. They've been building up this guy to be like the next big guy, the next big villain. And I'm wondering what they're going to do with that. If they recast him, then he's officially out of here, man. Because this is the biggest company in the world making their future plans around this guy. If they say, no, we want no parts of him, then nobody's going to want any parts of him, man.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, no, I agree. I think I think a lot of people, mainly the movie industry, probably just sitting back, just seeing what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
If
I think
they,
they're in wait and see mode with him for
yeah,
now. But
yeah, I think they're gonna make that decision. I think they're gonna move on. I just it's Disney, man. I just don't see them sticking by his side and say, you know what, we gonna keep you in the movies. We gonna keep it
mhm.
going unless something come out that's clearly showing him
Yeah, that's their
being
only hope.
innocent. Yeah, outside of and that should have been came out if that was the case.
Hmm.
Like I said, I'm not taking sides. I don't know what happened, but if he truly didn't do anything and there's proof of that, that should have been out. Or if I'm his camp, that should have been out already. But everything going down the drain right now, man. So that makes me think it's not out there. He don't have anything to show. So it's just pretty much his word.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, man. His team is, of course, still maintaining his innocence, but yeah, it's got to be something proven for people to believe it, and then the stain will be with him no matter what. Some people will believe the woman no matter what. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, it's the quickest rise and fall I've ever seen personally in Hollywood, man.
Man, this is crazy,
It
man.
really is. So we'll see what happens with that, man.
Yeah.
And also, Figgy, I want you to admit, okay, I want you to admit something real quick.
All right.
I want you to admit that you paid the $8 for your fucking Twitter Blue, man. You stop this. Oh, my Twitter Blue checkmark just didn't go away, even though everybody else's did. Admit you paid for it, man.
I can show you, man. I can show you. I can show you proof that I don't have access to it. So I don't know if you can see this. So it's a sign right here that say Twitter Blue.
Mm-hmm.
If I click on Twitter Blue, it's asking me to pay for it. And it's not $11.90. I mean, it's not $8.99. This shit like $11.99.
Oh, damn. The price of the brick keeps going up.
Yes,
At first, that was $5.
Yes, I don't know if you can see this, but it's literally like I can't do anything that people do with Twitter Blue. Like I can't edit no tweets. I can't do none of that. I can't post no longer videos. I don't know why I still have it, man. It's kind of wild.
Well, a few people still have it, and I don't know how they picked. But yeah, for people who didn't realize, Twitter officially removed all the legacy blue check marks that apparently you had to used to go through hoops to get verified for back in the old days of Twitter. They removed all that, and they said you have to pay for Twitter Blue, the subscription service, to get the blue check mark. So a lot of people lost their check marks. Celebrities, Halle Berry, like a lot of celebrities lost their damn blue check marks, man. But LeBron James and some celebrities didn't. And there was a whole back and forth between that. And apparently he didn't pay for it. But Elon Musk came out and said he's paying for a few accounts, which is what the fuck is the point
What
then?
is he doing, man?
I feel like he's honestly trying to destroy Twitter. Honestly, like that's the only thing I can think of, man. Like he must hate this app and just wants it to sink.
Yeah.
Because he's doing everything in his mind that's
Make it
possible
worse.
to make it worse for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, I can't think of one change. Look, Twitter Blue could be a good thing if he just marketed it right. You know, the idea of posting longer videos, I don't want to see nobody's long ass fucking tweet. He could do away with that. I've seen some Twitter Blue tweets that are like a fucking book, man. Like get rid of that shit. But like you can make Twitter Blue work, but doing this goofy shit is not helping people, man. It's not building confidence. Like I feel like the app runs worse than ever. The videos be fucking up all the time for me now when I try to watch shit. It's just a mess, man. So I don't get it. But the Twitter Blue checkmark thing is funny. Some people got really upset that they lost their checkmark. I thought that was funny.
Yeah,
So.
it was ridiculous. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I kind of wish mine was gone because I got to a point where it was stupid. Like every time I comment on something, people think I paid for it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I did not. I did not pay for this. And like I just got to the point where it's kind of corny now, man. Like I'd rather just be out here with nothing. Like I don't want no verified account on Instagram or nothing. I just want to be free.
Yeah.
I just want to be regular. I want to be in the general mission. So I kind of wish it was gone, but the first day when it all left, I thought it was cool to talk about, like, damn, this crazy, or whatever it is. I woke up the next morning and it's mainly a lot of journalists that's still fucking complaining about it. I'm just like, dog, if you don't move on, man, like this blue check ain't shit, man. Like, who do you think you are? If it's that important, you'll pay for it. So, like, people were still complaining about that shit, man. I'm like, man, this is ridiculous. And then the other part that's the worst thing is people that did pay for it trying to explain themselves like, oh yeah, I'm only doing it because I want to post longer video. Like, why is you
defending why you pay for Twitter Blue,
yes, if you pay
man?
for it, you pay for it, man.
Mhm.
I'm like, it's ridiculous. I seen one of the worst tweets about this Twitter Blue stuff too. I don't know if you've seen this, but Joe Budden's manager, Ian Schwartzman, he posted something about pretty much trying to explain why people should pay for Twitter Blue. Not people why they should pay, but he was trying to, I guess, defend it a little bit. But it just sounded so damn stupid. I'm like, man, like people got to stop this. He tried to compare it to like buying coffee, buying weed and all that stuff, but you don't want to invest in Twitter and all this other stuff. I'm just like, man, come on, man. I'm trying to find the tweet now, but it was ridiculous, man.
Yeah, nah, it's absurd, man. It's fucking yeah, I don't see how you can turn in one day, you turn the blue check mark from something everybody wanted to something nobody wants.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's people now who are like, they want Twitter Blue, but they don't want the check mark now. Because everybody who has a check mark is being bullied.
Yeah.
So, and I heard they revised their policy on harassment, saying that you can't harass people based on race, gender, or Twitter Blue status.
Yeah.
Okay, Ian says people will pay $8 for coffee every morning to have their name on it, $10 a month for a streaming service to watch repeats for old show, $50 a day. $50 a day on weed.
That's the first thing
Who
I
spends
said.
$50 a day on weed?
Yeah.
But won't pay for verification of their own identity on Twitter without acting like it's costing them their life. Now, that's a problem. You're not paying for verification of your identification because anybody can make any account and get it verified, man. So what the fuck is he even talking about? I can say I'm Ian Schwartz or whatever and get a blue check mark on my name. So what he's saying is makes no sense at all.
Yeah,
But,
and plus the other stuff he named, like you're not paying $8 just to get your name on the coffee. You paying $8 for the damn coffee.
Yes.
$10 a month for streaming services. You watching all type of shows.
Yes.
So you getting the benefit out of it. You being entertained. And
it's not like here's the catch, man. It's not like those things were free before.
Yes. Yes. They've always been free, man.
It's not like the coffee used to be free and you just walk in and get one, and now you got to pay $8 for it.
Yeah. So I just don't get it, man.
If you want to pay for Twitter, just pay for it, man. People gonna make fun of you, but who cares? Okay, do what you want with your money. I don't give a shit, but don't defend it like it's something noble. Like, come on,
like, dog,
man.
like how you gonna get mad at people? This shit, like all of this shit was free, man. Like the internet, all this stuff was free. Just imagine if out of nowhere Instagram become $10 a month just to be on there. Yes, you're going to be upset. You can't sit there and talk about you'll pay this for coffee or you'll pay this for wheat. Like this is stuff we really like, and we've been like it. That shit never been free before, so it's not. That's not a big deal. And if we can't afford it, we just won't get it. So don't sit here and talk. This stuff been free all of this time, man. So don't sit here and try to act like we ain't shit because we complaining about paying for this.
Yeah. Now there is hope though, Figgy, because the next Twitter might be here. Jack Dorsey, the guy who created Twitter and then sold it
originally,
and left. He's created a new app called Blue Sky, and is now in the beta. People
Okay.
are on it now, and I'm hearing good things about it, man. People are saying it's the first Twitter clone that's not ass. You
Dang.
know,
So can we actually get on it?
I tried. It's closed beta right now. You have to sign up. You have to put your email address in and hope you get picked. I
What is
think
it called?
it's called Blue Sky.
Mm,
There's a
okay.
website. I think it's Blue Sky. What is the website?
Blue
It's Blue
Blue
Sky
Sky.
Web.xyz.
Okay.
And you can sign up for the beta. You click on Blue Sky Private Beta and enter your email and join the wait list. So it's kind of like how Clubhouse was. I think people might have invites, but it's kind of like how Clubhouse was. We'll talk about Clubhouse in a minute.
Yeah.
But so yeah, this might be the Twitter killer, man. I think Elon Musk is trying his hardest to drive people off of Twitter, but the problem is there's no replacement for Twitter.
It ain't, man.
Like the Mastodon shit is garbage, man. Don't tell me to get on that bullshit. There's no replacement for Twitter right now, but Blue Sky might be it, man.
Yeah. As
This
much
one,
as I
I'm
like
hearing good things about it.
Yeah, as much as I like Twitter or did like Twitter, man, I can't find nothing to replace it with.
Yep.
So I'm pretty
I'm
much
ready to look. I'm ready to move on, man.
Me too, man.
I'm ready to leave Twitter, but it's hard because all the funny shit happens there, and I just can't help not being on it, man.
Yeah.
So I'm hearing good things. There's some articles on it now about Blue Sky. So yeah, I'm excited about it, man. I hope I get in a private beta.
Yeah,
test it out.
I just put my email in, so
If y'all got invites, if y'all are on Blue Sky and got invites, I bet Brandon Caldwell got an invite. I just have a feeling.
Yeah, let me see. This motherfucker works for ESPN, so
right?
I know he got something.
I know he had Clubhouse right when it was popping at first.
Yeah, he got me the invite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That motherfucker probably got an invite to Blue Sky, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Be on the lookout for that, man. That might be where we migrate to eventually.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to leave, man. I got my bags packed. I just need a destination. Okay, that's all I need.
I know.
So I'm ready to go. I'm getting fucking tired of Twitter, man.
Yeah.
This motherfucker Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Speaking of Clubhouse, man. So Clubhouse looks like it's in some trouble. I don't know if it's gonna make it. They said they put out a statement saying they are resetting, and they laid off 50% of their staff.
Damn.
They said they would not do this if they didn't think it was absolutely necessary. I think I think they mentioned the pandemic and how things have changed since then. So yeah, I don't know what the reset means for Clubhouse, but it seems like the appetite for it has died off. I think it was really big during the pandemic, and we had limited social events. Everybody got into a room and talked about some bullshit. But now nobody wants to do it no more, man. Now it's just whack 100 in Clubhouse saying some bullshit with some other rappers. So what do you think, man? Do you think Clubhouse is over?
I think so, man. I knew it was gonna be a point in time where it was, because if you look at the big dogs like Instagram and Twitter, they pretty much look at all these other little apps. They let them get their shit off, they study it, and then they end up putting that on their own. So same thing with Instagram. Instagram did that with TikTok. Now they got Reels. So they've been doing this for a minute. Twitter pretty much did the same thing. Now you got the Spaces. So once they got the Spaces, I knew it was eventually going to end. So I got on Clubhouse not that long ago just to see what it looked like, and it just looks so confusing now, man. So I think it's over. I think they dropped the ball keeping it so exclusive as long as they did. Because the first couple times it was cool because it was like trying to get this invite so you could be on here because nobody else is on here. But they kept it like that so long to the point I think Twitter ended up getting Spaces by that time. And so I think they kind of dropped the ball a little bit. But I ain't think this was gonna last as long anyway. But it was a good run, man. Some legendary moments on Clubhouse. Shit, they had fucking Jay-Z on Clubhouse.
Mhm.
They act out the whole Lion King on Clubhouse at
Oh
one point.
God.
I don't know if you remember that, but
No.
yeah, they had the moan rooms on,
I
on
remember
Clubhouse.
that.
Yeah, they had the R&B Wednesdays with 21 Savage on there. So it had some good moments, but I don't know. I think that's it, man.
Yeah. I think they overestimated the market for that. Like you said, once Twitter added spaces, it was over.
Yeah,
So yeah, we'll see what happens going forward. I'm interested to see what the reset means. But
yeah,
I'm sure by reset they mean they're gonna make it like a right wing type thing. Like Tucker Carlson gonna have his own little thing on Clubhouse now. I figured like that's where everybody pivots to now. It seems like the conservative media pivot. I felt everybody goes to like the Rumble thing and all this stuff. So yeah, we'll see. DJ Academics is on Rumble, by the way, as well.
really. Okay.
Yeah, he got to deal
Yeah,
with them, which is
yeah,
crazy.
man.
Like, what do they want to hear from DJ Academics about, man? Like, I don't get it. But anyway,
Yeah, they just looking at his damn followers and all that
yeah.
stuff, engagement. So they're like, hey, we get them over here.
Speaking of Tucker Carlson, him and Don Lemon were fired. Don Lemon from CNN, who funny, we just talked about Don Lemon our last podcast and how it seems like companies leak stuff out when the heat is on a person to try to get them out of here.
Yeah,
And I feel like that's what happened with CNN, man. They
yep,
saw the heat get turned up. He made one mistake when he called that woman. He said that Republican woman was past her prime.
yep,
And then the heat got turned up after that. Suddenly,
yeah,
all these allegations came out, and now he's out of there.
yep.
So
Hmm.
I think we were exactly right. Like they put the
Yeah,
heat on him because they wanted him out. They probably was
yes.
making too much, and they need to make budget cuts.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that was the straw. That was the one reason where you're like, all right, that's the perfect reason to get rid of him.
Yep.
Because I think he been wilding a little bit before, but dog, he was like their top dog.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nothing you could really do about that. Just let him rock. But this one, it was like, all right, we got him. We got something on him now, and that was the final straw. So I don't know, man. I don't want to say I was surprised, but it seemed like it just came out of nowhere, though. It came out of nowhere. It came on this, I think, the same day Tucker Carlson got fired. Because I'm like, damn, are they just? Is it Black Monday or whatever? Whatever
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn, they just like all these companies getting together just to get rid of their top guys. So I don't know. I ain't really watched Don Lemon like that. So I don't really. I hope he land back on his feet because he seemed like he was good at what he did, but I don't really care.
Yeah, I never liked Don Lemon, man. I
Really?
still remember, I think it was a Ferguson protest where he was out there and saying, of course, I smell weed and shit like
Oh,
that.
really?
Remember
Oh,
that
okay.
shit? He had a lot of corny moments, man.
I remember he got into it with Talib Kweli. Remember that?
Yeah.
And because I guess he wasn't paying attention to him or something like that. And
Yeah.
then they actually got into it on the air. I was just
Nah,
like,
he's had
man,
moments. He had a segment where the bottom ticker has like the segment name and it says, "Does this word offend you?" And he had a sign that said "nigger." It's like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like that shit alone should have lost him his job. But I never liked Don Lemon, man. I don't care that he got fired. I'm sure he'll land somewhere. But yeah, I got sick of him a long time ago, man. So good riddance. Same with Tucker Carlson, man. I'm surprised he got fired
me too.
because this was Fox News' top guy.
That was their guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the replacement of Bill O'Reilly.
Yes.
No, is it Bill O'Reilly?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill O'Reilly. Yeah.
So
That was his replacement.
nah,
pretty
he
much.
was the golden boy of Fox News, man. I'm surprised they cut bait. I'm still confused as to why. I've heard some things like the owner Rupert Murdoch just didn't like something he said, like last week or whatever. But
Yeah,
that surprised me, man.
Yeah, I heard it was more like, I guess, the lawsuit they were going through.
And that too, yeah, it
And
could be it.
yeah, that to me that still didn't sound right, because if this guy's bringing in all this money and stuff, like I would think it would be other ways to cut around that, but it's probably deeper than rap. It's probably
Yeah.
something that's involved with him.
And then he called out like the vaccine people as well, I think, on his last show. So it could be a lot of things, man. It surprised me, but again, good riddance. I don't give a shit. So
yeah, probably he would definitely bounce back on this.
Oh,
stuff,
definitely,
'cause
man.
I
Definitely.
think Bill O'Reilly doing just fine
Yeah.
on his own. He probably
I mean, he'll go anywhere. Somebody's gonna throw a huge bag at Tucker Carlson to get him on whatever platform he's on. So yeah, he'll be fine.
He gonna get his Jason Whitlock on and do his own thing and make a shit ton of money.
Might start streaming on Twitch. Who knows, man? Wild shit, man. Him and Don Lemon might do a whole show together. Might do like a Crips and Bloods version of politics or some shit, man.
What's funny is they have the same lawyer that's representing them for getting fired. I guess they had lawyers who kind of represent them, so I guess they could work out the contracts and make sure they good. Got the same exact lawyer.
I'm not surprised, man. Like, look, that's why I don't put any stock into like any of these political talking heads, because they know it's a game, man.
Yeah,
it reminds me of that Boondocks episode where they had that lady, I forget her fucking name, and this other guy, this black guy, I think it was voiced by CeeLo Green, and then the lady who was like this super right wing girl, and they would go show to show and argue and talk about they hate each other, and the left and the right. And after the show, they'd be chilling, hanging out, drinking and smoking and shit. It's like, that's how these people are behind the scenes, man. They know it's a fucking game.
And I think it's even deeper than that, because I think some of these people just probably lean in a certain way because it's more money.
Yeah.
Or, like somebody like a Clay Travis. Like, I heard a lot of times how he just leaned that way because that gave him more followers. They gave him more, hits and money and all that stuff. I don't know what the hell he believed. He probably believe all that shit, but like, it's hard for me to believe that all of these people believe the stuff they're, preaching about. Like, they honestly can just be doing this because it's getting them the hits and getting them the money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's also a lot of people that's preaching this, unity and, Black Lives Matter, all this other stuff, and be the total opposite. So, yeah, it's a lot of people that's like that too. So,
call the cops on black people when they walk too close or some shit like that, man.
So, you see it in the media all the time where you be like, okay, that person. That's why I watch what I say now, where, and that's one thing 2020 taught me, because it kind of brought a light to the people that's really about it and the people that's fronting. Because it's a lot of people, you think they cool and use terms like, oh yeah, they invited to the cookout, all that bullshit, which I hate. But when shit get real, when shit hit the fan, they not on that side. So it's just all a front. You know what I mean? Especially people that cover like athletes and stuff like that, sports. They doing all that the front, but they really ain't about that. So it's all a game, man.
It really is, man. It's all a show, man. They putting on the show for us. I don't buy into it. It's like watching wrestling, man. That's how I see everything in reality TV now, man.
Yeah, I'll be the bad guy.
Yeah. Backstage, he's just fucking kicking it and chilling and fucking laughing at us for believing this bullshit.
Yes.
Can you believe how stupid people are? So yeah, man, I don't buy into none of it. So other things that happened this week. Did you see America's favorite Christian rapper, Chance the Rapper, being caught in some very unchristian like acts at some West Indies Caribbean festival? I don't know where the fuck this was, some kind of carnival. And this man was getting his dirty wine on.
Yeah, nigga looked like he was on the Bit Pimpin' video.
Yeah, there was a girl with a huge ass grinding upon him, and he was smacking it, going crazy. There's another video of him pulling up on a girl, and they was dancing. And Yeah, this is a man who made a whole album about how happy he was about being married,
Yeah.
and Mr. I love my wife. Yeah, he got in some hot water on social media about this, man. Now there are two camps. There is the camps of these West Indies people and Caribbean and Jamaican people
That's our
who are
culture.
like, this is no big deal, guys. It's just a wine. It is no, this is just what we do. Y'all are too sensitive. That's why we don't like Americans. Y'all are too sensitive. It's just a wine. There's nothing sexual about it. It's just a wine. I hate that name too. Why do they call it a fucking wine? I hate that. I don't know where that fucking name came from, but I hate seeing that. So there's two camps, people who say that, and some people who say, nah, that's going too far for a married person. You wouldn't want your girl dancing up on somebody like that. And so there's two camps right there online of the debate online.
Yeah.
And apparently his wife, I don't know if it was a response to the video, but apparently she posted on social media, and I guess it's gone now. Got deleted. Who knows? Interesting. But apparently she posted a excerpt from a Maya Angelou book where she said some people just don't grow up. They get married, they have kids, but they don't grow up. So people took that as a shot towards Chance the Rapper and his antics at whatever festival this was. Now, Figgy, what are your thoughts, man? Do you think the good Mr. Chance was just trying to have some fun and people are taking it too far, or do you think there's some trouble going on there?
I think it's both, man. I think he was trying to have some fun, but I think it could be some trouble. I think look, that tweet ain't just came out of nowhere. I think they might be having some problems at the house. So which is, if he's out there like that, then probably so, because I don't think he'd be like that if he was happily in love. Now, I hate to judge people's relationships because you never know what people be into. Hell, she could have been the one holding the camera and they could have been having a good time. So, I don't want to sit there and say, he was wrong. He shouldn't have been doing that and all that stuff. She could be fine with it. If your significant other is fine with that, then, what's the problem? Then that's none of your business at that point. But I think it's something there, man, because look, he always been the good boy, the Christian positive guy. And I don't think we ever seen him in a situation like that before. So first of all, like, we have the right to be clowning on this dude. Like, they have every right, because just imagine if we seen Russell Wilson in that same position.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is we supposed to just be like, oh, that's normal, and y'all thinking too much into this and all? No, man. Like, we wouldn't be doing this if it was like, I'm trying to think of something. If it was like Future or something. I know he not with somebody, but if it was somebody that's kind of, more laid back and, they have a strong relationship or something like that, we would not be saying this. But for the simple fact that it's Chance the Rapper, it's like, all right, man, like, see, this motherfucker ain't perfect. And I think that's what throws people like that off, because the Russell Wilsons, the Chance the Rappers and all of them, they come across like they so perfect and they, they love their wife so much and they worship the ground and walk on, which you should. But when you get caught up in something like that, yes, we could clown your ass for that, man. Like, we could clown you for it. But to go back to your original question, I do think something is going on, man. I don't know if they taking a break. I don't know if they, not together at all or what. But it looked like that brother was having a good time, man.
Yeah. And look, it would be one thing if, like, it looked like some onlooker just caught this and it was not supposed to be put out, and like he was trying to be incognito about it. But it looks like he put this video out himself.
He looked like he's single.
Yeah. Number one, he had the fucking 3 hat on, so he wanted niggas to know it was Chance the Rapper out there. Okay, it's not like he went incognito with a hoodie on or some shit. He was out there in full Chance the Rapper dress, and he had the camera focused on him and what he was doing. I don't know who took the video, but it looks like he wanted that video out, man.
Yeah, that
So
now that I think about it, looked like a divorce party. You ever seen the
low
divorce
key,
party?
yes. Yeah, it looked like I'm single again. I'm
Yeah,
out
I'm
here in
back
these
outside.
streets.
I'm back outside,
Yes.
y'all.
So nah, man. It's I think it's a message. I think he's saying his marriage is probably over now.
Yep.
I don't know why. I don't know what happened, but
And to add her tweet into it,
yeah.
that quote. That's all you need to say, because I thought because I seen that she, I guess, made a comment on it.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if that was the comment, but yeah, it'd be one thing if she commented and said, "Hey guys, look, we're good."
Mhm.
Like, I know about the video. I took the video, or whatever the case may be. If she shot that down, then okay, there's nothing to see there. That's their relationship. They get, everybody got different boundaries and lines they can and can't cross. But that sounds like a shot, man. It sounds like, hey, some of these people still little boys out here. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, and I'm looking through his timeline. I don't see him making any comments about it, man. And he usually comments about everything involving him.
Yeah.
So it's the fact that he didn't say anything about it. He didn't say y'all mind your own business. It's just us being or whatever. He's doing a 10-year anniversary of Acid Rap tour, by the way, right now, it looks like. So
Okay. That was about to be my next question, because I feel like I haven't really heard from him as much. I
thank
figured,
goodness.
yeah, I figured maybe he was just living a married life, just kind of chilling a little bit. But seeing the video, it seemed like he I don't want to use this word, but it seemed like he free.
Mm-hmm.
And he back outside, he about to get back to it. And he like you said, the video looked really produced. Like
Mm-hmm.
he wanted to be shown. It wasn't like a secret video from a mile away and somebody zoomed in and is that Chance the Rapper? It seemed like he was back outside and he want to let everybody know he back outside.
Yeah.
So
Now, with this, plus the fact that he's doing a 10-year anniversary show for Acid Rap, which was a different chance from what we see now. Maybe this is his way of telling everybody, like, hey, I'm back on my bullshit. The Christian rapper gimmick is gone. I'm rapping about drugs and I'm dancing on hoes.
Man, he turned into
maybe
Chloe Bailey, man.
he might be, man. He might be in his he might be reversing course on his whole image, man. Because I think, look, that plus this concert, which, like I said, was a different chance from what we got from that last album. So maybe he's letting us know he's back on it. But yeah, man, that's all I have to say about it. Like, it looked to me like they were having some issues, probably. I'm just getting sick of people acting like this type of dancing is no big deal, man. Okay, I don't give a fuck
huge deal, man.
Dog. I don't give a fuck if you and your girl cool with it. That's fine. If you and your culture and your people think it's no big deal for a nigga to grind his dick up on a girl's ass, if it's your girl or whoever, fine. But don't act like that's some shit we're weird for thinking it's crazy, man. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't act like we're being sensitive when we see that type of dancing and it's like, nah, they're basically fucking with their clothes on, man. Don't act like we're being the sensitive ones by thinking that shit is fucking wild to do as a married dude or a married woman or whatever, man. If y'all want to get freaky like that in your own country, fine.
Man.
Yes.
That's sketchy, man. That's like to me, because wherever he was at, clearly a lot of people that's maybe on a bachelor party or something like that go there to have that type of fun. Like, I wouldn't go over there. Like, I mean, I would go over there for the vacation, but I wouldn't even do that, man. And I'm pretty loose. I'm not Russell Wilson, but I wouldn't even do that just out of respect. Even if I got permission to do that, I would just be like, nah, that's a little too much. Like, I understand, and this is even weirder. I understand if you in a strip club with your woman and she be like, get my man a lap dance or something like that, and y'all kind of have a little fun.
And even in a lap dance, it's not like you getting up and like fucking grinding and pumping her from the back, man. It's just her on your lap.
yeah, you pretty much relax. You know, you don't got your hands on her, and she kind of having fun with you.
Yeah.
Or it's like a little tease.
Yeah.
So like I get that. But Chance the Rapper was humping this girl, man.
Yeah.
Like I don't see how
Shaking
anybody
ass and
could-
everything, man.
Yes, I don't see how anybody could get away with that.
Nah, it's just these West Indies, Caribbean, Jamaican people just get on my nerves. That bullshit, acting like we're crazy for thinking this dancing is fucking wild, man. Like, get out of here with that bullshit, man.
dancing
Y'all know what
always
that shit
been
look
wild,
like.
man. Even as a single man, that dancing always been wild. Like like that's not no. I've never been in the club trying to do that to a girl.
Not to that extent, man. And they go crazy. Like, they fucking jumping off shit to jump on some girl and shit like
It's
that. They
uncomfortable,
be
man.
picking the girl up and just humping her. Like, that ain't dancing, nigga. What the fuck is that, dog? You fucking her with your clothes on, man. That ain't no dance move, nigga. That ain't the fucking that ain't the WAP. That ain't that ain't the Cabbage Patch, nigga. That ain't the Tootsie Roll.
Yeah.
That's some other shit, man. So yeah, that shit kills me when they just act like, oh, y'all was making a big deal. It's just a wine. It's just a wine. Stop being so sensitive, nigga. Fuck out of here with that shit.
It's a wine with somebody that's very cut clean.
Yeah.
Somebody that's married. So yes, that's a little different than a single man out there doing that shit.
Yeah. I guess in their culture, everybody does it, no matter your state and your relationship status, which is fine. Get however you want to do it, do it.
Yeah.
But don't like we're crazy for thinking that looks crazy for us.
Yeah.
I mean, get down however you want to get down, man. But I'm just saying your freaky ass standards for dancing don't apply worldwide, okay?
Yeah.
Fucking Jamaicans, man.
Crazy, man.
No, I was reading these debates, man. I'm like, there's no way y'all can't see this as just fucking, man. Y'all can't call this just dancing, man. Y'all drive me crazy with that shit. But anyway, other random ass headlines that happened this past week. You know, Prize of the Fugees was on trial for like some wild government corruption shit.
I did not know this, man.
Apparently, he has been found guilty in a scheme to help China influence the U.S. government.
Dude, when I seen this article, my mouth hit the floor. I'm like, what? Because Brandon Scott, shout out to Brandon Scott from Sports Radio 16 and friend of the show. He sent me this article. He was like, yeah, I heard about it a couple months ago or whenever it was. And I'm reading through the article. And I'm just like, what? Like that seemed like a fucking movie. I'm like, how did he even get involved in this?
Dog, did you see Leonardo DiCaprio had to testify in this nigga's trial? His Prize, the lamest, weakest dude out the Fugees, somehow had Leonardo DiCaprio testifying at his trial.
Like, did you see all the people that I think Kim Kardashian was involved somehow?
Yeah.
I'm just like, what? Like this is, I'm like, damn, this is crazy. That is wild, man.
So let me read some of this headline, man. The rapper Prize Michelle was found guilty in federal court in Washington on Wednesday of 10 criminal counts related to an international conspiracy reaching the highest levels of the U.S. government. He faced multiple counts over the failed conspiracy to help Malaysian businessman Joe Low and the Chinese government gain access to U.S. officials, including former presidents Barack Obama and Donald Trump. He was found guilty of conspiracy to defraud the U.S., witness tampering, and acting as an unregistered agent of a foreign government. He faces up to 20 years in prison. No sentencing date was set. So I don't know what to say. It's just the most random, wildest hip-hop headline maybe ever. Prize. Of all rappers, Prize is like a Chinese agent trying to fuck up the United States.
So I was reading some of this article, and I think I forgot the name of the podcast, but it's actually a podcast episode about this. And they were talking about how I guess he was so involved to the point where he would get a call and had to go to this hotel, and they will make him spin the block like 3 or 4 times to make sure nobody's trailing him. And then he'll go in and ask for a certain name, and they'll give them the room number. They go in the room, and there's like some high level Chinese officials in there, and I think it was a lot going on, man. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, is this? I'm like, you sure is this the guy from the Fugees? Like, you sure? I'm like, man, maybe
Ghetto
this ain't him.
superstar not prize, really?
Yeah. So I guess it was a situation where I guess some I don't know, some Americans or some people was being held hostage or something like that. And they asked for his advice. So the high level guy was like, you know, what should I do? Because I guess I don't know if they was holding a pregnant lady hostage or something like that over in Malaysia. It was something crazy. And he was pretty much like, hey, I don't want to get involved with that, but if it was me, I would let them go. And the guy ended up listening to him and letting the pregnant lady and somebody else go. I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm like, how did he even get involved in this? Like, if I wanted to get involved in this, I don't even know where to go. But I'm like, damn, how did he get? Like, it was wild, man. I couldn't believe it. If try to find the I'll try to find a podcast and maybe post it, but it was really crazy. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it's
Like,
insane,
this is a high level informant. Like, I know we always talk about Tekashi 6ix9ine, Gunna, and all that stuff, but this is some high level informant type shit. I never seen this before, man. Especially him being a rapper. This was crazy.
Yeah, it says the Malaysian businessman paid prize $20 million in 2012 to get a picture of himself with Obama, and apparently prize funneled over $800,000 of that money to Obama's campaign through some straw donors. So
yeah, so pretty much money laundering, because people like that can't donate.
Nobody thought it was weird that Prize was donating $800,000 towards Obama's campaign. Nigga, I know you ain't get that much residuals from fucking The Score.
Yeah,
I put out an album in 30 years, man.
Yeah, so yeah, it show you how this whole everything is so corrupted, man. Because you got somebody from another country, because he can't just give donate all that money to a political party in another country. So they using him as the horse, or as the drug, I guess the drug mule, and they giving him some to give to Obama pretty much. So I'm just like, damn, like I don't know, that's crazy.
It really is, man. You know what this means, right? They can now make a movie about Prize.
Damn. So
and it would be a good movie at this point, because this shit sounds high level,
Lauryn
man.
Hill, no Wyclef.
They could make a movie about Prize. Of all the first Fuji member to get a movie made about them could be Prize.
Man, I will watch it, man.
This shit sounds insane, man. I want to see it in a movie form, or a TV show.
I didn't even think stuff like this really happened, man. Because this sounds like some fucking John Wick type shit, man. This is crazy. A rapper, man.
Yeah, this is wild, man. I'm sure it's gonna be like a Netflix show or something, a little mini series on Prize.
Yeah, hurry up.
Insane, man.
Yeah, I will definitely sit down and watch that.
Yeah, count this on headlines I thought I would never read ever in a million years.
Yeah.
Fucking foreign agent Prize. Other things that we might have missed. You see this Phil Jackson quote? Look, man, can we give Scottie Pippen some props now? Because I feel like he tried to air out Phil Jackson. He said Phil Jackson was racist, and everybody thought he was crazy and bitter.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is like a few years back. But now you got Phil Jackson says he hasn't watched the NBA since the bubble. And he said they have slogans on the floor in the baseline. It was trying to bring a certain audience to the game, and they didn't know it was turning other people off. People want to see sports as non-political. So very, very old white guy response to Black Lives Matter shit.
Old white man on the porch.
Yeah. I just want to say to everybody who was fooled by his fucking Zen master bullshit, like he was some kind of progressive dude just because he worked with Kobe and fucking Jordan. Who gives a shit, man?
Yeah,
Nobody's exempt from fucking having racist thoughts or prejudiced
Yeah.
thoughts. So fuck him, man.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Now, I can't front, man. I feel like like I do think he's low key racist, but I do think he kind of got, to me. I feel like he kind of got a point because I do feel like the NBA went overboard in the
Oh
bubble
yeah.
with that, but not for his reason. I
Mhm.
think, to me, I feel like, I guess I'm weird with it because I feel like if people forcing you to do all of this stuff, it defeat the purpose. Like, do you really care, or you just doing this because these players gonna sit out and you ain't gonna have no product to put out there? So, like, my reasoning is a little different from his, but his reasoning is just like any other old white man who feel like why you got to bring race into everything, and people that's always saying that type of stuff. So yeah, I'm not rocking with Phil Jackson, man.
Yeah. I still think the players, look, man, I understand there is money involved in whatever, and people were bored and wanted something to watch. But I think the players shouldn't have came back for the bubble. And at least
Yeah,
when that Jacob Blake shit happened and teams were canceling games, they should have just said, fuck it. We're going
yeah,
home. But
mhm,
instead they said, hey, go vote.
yeah.
Okay. It's like we're gonna set up voting stations in NBA stadiums now. Like, okay, man. Does this really change anything?
Yeah.
Like, I still think they should have just stood on their ground and left the bubble. But whatever. I
It
think you have a point where they just did a lot of that just to make the players feel better
they,
about playing
they
basketball during
those
that time.
players got the players got the owners and the commissioner over a barrel, man.
Yeah.
And ain't nothing they could do. Like, look at the NFL. The NFL, there's no way in the hell the NFL players would do that.
Hmm.
They would not sit there and say, "Hey guys, let's band together and not play."
Hmm.
They ain't doing that, man. They do a little kneeling, but some of them ain't even doing that. So I just think the players got the NBA over a barrel, man, where they
Hmm.
can do whatever they want and they can't say no. They can't stand strong and say, "Nah, you guys got to play." They can't do it.
Yeah. And look, I just saw somebody updated on the cop that fired the shot that killed Breonna Taylor. Apparently he's working at some other fucking police station, like
Yeah,
5 miles away or some shit. And it's like, okay, what did we really change here, man? What did all
yeah,
those months of justice for Breonna Taylor, what did that do?
yeah,
Did anything change in America after all the slogans, after all the commercials, after all the people changing their Twitter avatar for a month? Like, what did all this fucking grandstanding do, man? It looked like the same old shit to me,
yeah,
but whatever.
yeah. All that dude did was get low for a little bit. They snuck him in another job, and he just kept it going.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I
But
don't know.
hey, at least the Lakers won a championship. So hey, there you go. They got the bubble championship on Mickey Mouse ass. Dog, I don't know why Lil Mickey makes me laugh. Every time I see Lil Mickey, that's like the dumbest nickname, but it makes me laugh every time I see it. Lil Mickey Fraud Championship. That shit just makes me laugh, man. But yeah, so there's your Phil Jackson update if you're wondering what happened to him.
Yeah, he tired of
Um
all these posses coming in, man.
yeah, remember that shit? That was
LeBron and his posse.
hilarious. LeBron is posse. Yeah, man. That was hilarious. I
Do
mean,
you feel like his legacy kind of went to shit a little bit? Because
yes.
because you can't take away from the Bulls championships, obviously the Lakers. But it seemed like once he went to New York to be the GM, it just seemed like it just went to
Yes.
shit, man. And like, I don't even look at them the same, man. Like, I was, even before when you mentioned him, I was about to shit on his coaching. I was about to be like, man, like, who's running that damn triangle offense right now? Like, ain't nobody running that shit.
And that wasn't his offense, man. That was
Yeah.
Tex Winter's offense that he just was the coach of, but it wasn't his offensive plan, man. He
Yeah.
got credit. He just had a great staff around him, and he had the best players ever
Yeah.
playing with him.
Yes.
So, of course, he got championships, man. But I think history will look back at him as like the luckiest coach of all time. I
Yeah.
don't think he's going to be the best unanimously. He's just the luckiest. He had
Yeah.
Jordan in his prime. He had Kobe and Shaq in their primes, and he got championships off of them. But once they left their primes, he couldn't do shit after that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And that triangle offense is dead now. So
Yeah, like when the last time you heard last time I heard the triangle offense was when he went to New York.
Yeah.
Remember he went to New York and
Yeah.
some shit and had fucking Derek Fisher trying to do the triangle offense.
Yep.
And that shit was
Those
ass.
terrible Knicks teams. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, you had fucking the Dallas Mavericks or no, the Phoenix Sun just and that Mike D'Antoni offense just killing them. Like, ain't nobody trying to do that shit.
Yeah, man. And like I said, I wasn't even his offensive strategy or idea. He was just giving credit for his Zen tactics of getting Jordan to buy into it. But it's like, nigga, what the fuck ever, man. Nobody gives you credit for that bullshit. So anyway, that's enough of fraud, Phil Jackson. Yeah. Anything else happened this week, man? I think that might be about it.
Yeah,
the Kings did lose to the Kings beat the Warriors. So they're going to a game 7 in Sacramento. So yeah, we'll see how that pans out.
Who you think gonna win the championship?
Man, I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea.
Yeah,
nobody will surprise me at this point.
Yeah, it looked like the Suns might win, man. They the only team that look dominant.
Yeah, but who did they play though?
They play the Clippers.
So yeah, man, it's like we gotta see them get challenged, but I gotta see the playoff racket.
Yeah, but right now I don't know. Like, no more
of the remaining teams. Only thing that would surprise me if they won would be New York or Miami, and that's really it, man. Nobody else. Would you be surprised if the Lakers won a championship? Not really.
Nah.
Would you be surprised if Denver? Nah. Phoenix? Nah. Philadelphia? Nah. They got superstars. Miami, Jimmy Butler playing out his mind, so nah. I don't be surprised if any of these teams won. New York, I'd be surprised they won.
Yeah,
but anybody else, it's wide open, man. Yeah. I don't know.
Honestly, man, I wouldn't be surprised if Miami gets to the finals, man.
Yeah.
For some reason, like at first, look, I was a hard critic on Eric Spoelstra at one point because I'm like, man, this motherfucker got LeBron, D Wade, Chris Bosh, and they giving them all this credit, but this dude stayed there. I think he went to the finals like twice after that.
Yeah,
something crazy. I think might have been once. I can't remember, but I'm like, man, I can see him getting them to the finals again, man.
Low key, have we not been giving these old LeBron coaches enough credit? Because look at Mike Brown, who's now the coach of the year. Turn the Kings around. Now they're giving the Warriors a fight for their life. And then you got Eric Spoelstra, who is leading the Heat on a miracle run too. Like, maybe we haven't been giving these coaches enough credit. We all gave LeBron all the credit. We said he was coaching the team. Maybe he has some of the greatest coaches of all time under him. And that's why he was so successful in the East.
It could be. Because, shoot, I think one of the worst coaches he had was probably that David Black dude. Yeah. And he only had him for a year. And they got rid of him right after that, which was wild. But he had Tyronn Lue, who was in he got put out now. He with the Clippers, but yeah, man. I wouldn't look, man. I wouldn't sit. I mean, he ain't have a Phil Jackson, but I wouldn't say that his coaches were scrubs.
Nah, man. I don't think you're getting enough credit, man, because I think everybody just assumed that LeBron was doing the plays. He was coaching the team, and they were just I know Mike Brown got it the worst, man. I remember people had memes of Mike Brown. They were making fun of him, saying he's not coaching shit. Now look at him, man.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie.
Best coach in the NBA.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of Mike Brown after a while, man, because they ended up firing him the same year when LeBron left,
Mm-hmm.
and then they hired him right back just to fire him again. I'm like, what the fuck you doing? And yeah, then I think he got the job with the Lakers at one point. Got fired from there. I'm like, man, what? Like, why does they keep hiring this guy? But nah, I got to give him credit, man. Like he doing this thing right now.
No, for
He
sure,
doing his thing.
man.
Yeah, he might. Yeah, because he went to Golden State. He was assistant with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he doing this thing. And by the way, won Coach of the Year, the first anonymous winner in history.
Yep.
And look at all the coaches we had in this league, and this was the first time. So, nah, man, he doing this thing.
Nah, he is, man. I'm telling you, LeBron getting too much credit for his success in the East back in the day, man. I think it was his coaching now. Okay.
Yeah.
But now, see, this feeds the Jordan LeBron agenda here. We admitted Phil Jackson is a fraud, and we also admitted that LeBron has some of the greatest coaches in NBA history during his years of dominance. So, yes, Jordan is better. End of discussion.
Yeah. So, who's the best coach LeBron ever had? Is it Eric?
I mean, historically, you might look back and okay. I mean,
right now, because I know Mike Brown doing this thing now, but
yeah,
overall, right now, his best coach was probably in Miami.
You would have
right?
to say Spoelstra because they won 2 championships.
Yeah.
So
and they kind of treated him like shit too, man. Like they remember that old scene when I forgot what final, it might have been the first finals or something. I can't remember, but remember he like bumped him during the timeout, shoulder bumped him or some shit. I was just like, man, they was treating him like shit, man. And he's still doing this thing.
Yeah, man. It was, I mean, to be fair, Eric Spoelstra came on when he was mad young. Like he came out the video room, man. It was like he had no real experience. So yeah, of course the players weren't going to respect him, especially when you have like Dwayne Wade and LeBron James on the same team. They're not going to respect this like 20-year-old fucking coach or whatever he was, man. But I mean, he's proven that he belongs there. Honestly, he's been a great coach ever since then, man. So yeah, I think they were hard on him, but look, they didn't see the resume or pedigree where they had to respect him, and I get it. But I mean, he endured that, and he's been great with the Heat so far. So, well, after that, so we'll see, man. But yeah, I guess you would have to say it was Eric Spoelstra just off the strength that they won 2 championships. I mean, you can't say Tyronn Lue.
Nah, that was just one.
Yeah. So I guess you would have to say him, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Anything else happen? Anything else going on? I'm scrolling the timeline to get you with her and missing.
Yeah, what's trending right now?
Yeah, let's see. Wait, who is Tank Dell? The Houston's got Tank Dell.
Oh shit, that's a big deal. I think that's somebody. That's somebody from U of H.
Yep.
A receiver.
Yep. He's a pick 69. Hey.
Yeah.
Tank Dell, new wide receiver for the Houston Texans. Nice.
Yeah, we need to
have a Houston boy.
We need to update, see who all do the Houston Texans got. They've been doing their thing, man.
It's been a look, man. Everybody, remember all y'all wanted Nick Caserio gone. Remember all y'all was hating on the man. Where's that talk now? I want to see what Texas Twitter thinks about Nick Caserio after this draft, man. I mean, it looks like a good draft on paper to me. So we'll see. They're getting the needs. Everybody was talking about the offense. We need the offensive line. They got a new center. So I mean, we'll see. But I don't know, man. It's looking positive. I like the picks. Hopefully they pan out, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who all they got. But yeah, man, they doing their thing, man. I can't even be mad at it. Tank Dell from U of H.
I'm watching John Harris's reaction to the Tank Dell pick.
Oh yeah, I just rolled right past. Let me see what it sounds like. Hold on.
That's hilarious. He had to take a minute. Wow, he's really happy. For the 60s, that's why I love John Harris, man. Only John Harris would be excited about the 69th pick in the draft.
Yeah.
Listen to this shit, man.
Has the information on the Texans pick.
Texans moving up here early in the third round to draft Tank Dell.
Oh, yes! Are you kidding me? This is awesome.
This is incredible. My. This. So a lot of people in Houston know Tank Dell. They've seen him play with the Cougars. Very first game in 2021. Game that
immediately knows like a game that was great.
I've known Dana for a long time. Standing next to Dana, and the Cougars are working out near the end zone. And I swear to God, this elementary kid-sized receiver walks by, and Dana hits me and goes, "That's the most electric player I've ever coached, John."
Has the information on the Texans pick.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm excited. A Houston boy, staying in Houston. I like it. I like the pick. Man. So yeah, man. Hey man, all you Nick Casario haters, where you at now? Where y'all at? I want to hear the takes now. Y'all still want them fired? Y'all still want them to leave and go back to the Patriots?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look like they're doing a good job to me, man. But we'll see. Like I said, we don't know until we hit the field, but.
Yeah, so right now the draft's still going on, and it'll continue on Saturday. But CJ Stroud, Will Anderson Jr., Juice Scruggs, center out of Penn State, and Tank Dell. Man, they're having a good time with the draft, man. I'm excited, man.
Me too, man. Can't wait for training camp. Can't wait to see the results. Can't wait to. I don't know, just feel like a fresh start, man. I feel like these last 3 years just haven't even happened. Just wiped off the board, man.
Yeah.
We're a new season and new Texans. Wipe away all the Deshaun Watson bullshit is over with, man. We move forward. And I'm just excited to see what the team is going to be going forward, man, with D'Amico Ryan's coaching. So
I'm super pumped, man. Even years ago, man, it seemed like whenever it comes to the draft, it's always like, oh, let's get this person, let's get that person. And then we end up getting Kahali Waring or somebody we never fucking heard of. But it seemed like we getting all the people that we should get that's there. So I'm happy about it, man. I think it's a good vibe in the city. And man, leading up to the draft was driving me nuts. Because all this stuff, what they should do, they should trade back. They should do this, they should do that. And, it seemed like we actually getting players and people kind of walking their word back a little bit now, because at first it was like, no, we shouldn't draft a quarterback. No, don't draft a quarterback. Now we draft a quarterback. Yeah, man, this is good for the city, man. I think this was the right decision. So I think it's good, man. I think it's good. I think it's going to bring everybody out. People going to be super excited. Now we got a couple options of jerseys we could buy. I'm pumped, man.
Me too, man. Me too. Excited for the next season of the Texans and some new Texans football coming up. New generation period, man. I like the picks, so we'll see where they go going forward. Update. Remember you said you wanted you said the Bucs coach should be fired.
Yeah,
they should get a new coach. Remember what I said about mental health?
Yeah,
might be something in play here, man. Cause I just saw an update. Apparently, the Bucs head coach Mike Budenholzer's brother died during the playoff series between them and the Heat.
Damn,
in a car accident.
Oh man,
so very unfortunate.
Damn,
very unfortunate and sad. But maybe that gets me another year. I don't know. People are like, "Hey, you want to do some shit?"
Damn, we can't even fire.
Right? Exactly, man. Like, I feel like that's gonna be the storyline.
Yeah.
How you gonna fire somebody after their brother died? And
you
still
can't fire them now, man. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you're gonna be looking like Stephen A. Smith.
Yep. I have to apologize.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. But
I think he should be forced to retire. Did you see that video?
I didn't see the original video. I just saw the apology because I was watching First Take in the hotel that day. And he was like, I just want to apologize for what I said about Kawhi because I know he's been through a lot of things.
Yeah, here it goes. I ain't gonna play the whole thing, but I'm gonna just play some of it.
Steve Ballmer and the Los Angeles Clippers should force Kawhi Leonard to retire. He needs to go home. Okay? So I'm not in any way questioning the legitimacy of Kawhi Leonard's injury. A matter of fact, I'm fully embracing it. I've heard very, very alarming stories about his health. You see people talking about he's walking around all limping all the time. He is not a healthy individual. I'm not questioning his heart. I'm not questioning his courage. I'm not questioning any of that. The man's a two-time champion. He's a two-time MVP. I said it the other day, and I said it, and I regretted it only because we heard about some stuff that happened with his family, and I didn't know that was in the news and stuff like that. I don't wish that enough. God bless you and your family, and I hope everything ends up well for everybody. But he is the absolute worst superstar you could possibly have on your team. He's barely ever there. And on top of it all, he does nothing to market or promote your franchise. Absolutely, positively nothing. He got $42 million this year. Him and Paul George are making identical dollars to the penny. $42 million in change this year, $45 million in change next year, and then a player option at $48 million. He couldn't go last year at all. Okay? Couldn't go this year when it counted. In the past,
all right.
I mean, you can't force a player to retire. I don't get how that's gonna work.
It's just funny. It's just funny coming from him.
Yeah,
he's the only person that can say something like that. Like a regular reporter can't. Like we can't get on the air and say they should force him to retire.
Yeah,
only Stephen A. can do something like that.
Yeah, nah. Stephen A. is wild, man. I watch his podcast sometimes too. He just be going off the cuff on some.
You see him going in on the Houston Texans randomly?
Like recently? Nah.
This was right before Lamar Jackson got paid, but they threw the question out there. What should the Baltimore? Who should get Lamar Jackson or some shit? And they said the Houston Texans should trade for him, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And he just went in like, I don't want him going to the Houston Texans. And like they had two black head coaches fired. They fired Lovie Smith. They fired David Cutler. He just started going in on them. I'm like, damn, what the?
Yeah, because I mean, look, nobody in national media knows anything about the Texans other than a controversy.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm sure that's the only look. Stephen A. has to comment on every single thing in sports. You really think he knows what's going on in Houston with the Texans? The only thing he knows is the headline that they fired 3 black head coaches recently.
Yeah.
And so that's what he's sticking with. I don't want him to go because they fired black coaches.
But the thing is, it wasn't even the question, though. The question was, should Lamar Jackson get traded to the
Houston Texans. The problem is he couldn't answer the question. He couldn't answer the question because he don't even know who the players on the Houston Texans are. I bet you he cannot name 2 players on the Texans right now. So the fact that he couldn't answer the question, he had to go to, I don't like them because they fired black coaches. Because he couldn't answer the question because he couldn't say why it would be good or bad for the Texans because he don't know who play here.
Yeah.
But that is what it is, man. That's when you have one person comment on every single thing in sports ever.
Yeah.
Like nobody has that much space in their brain to comment on the NBA, MLB, NFL, UFC, boxing. Like nobody has enough knowledge to know everything about all these sports, man.
Yeah. No, I agree. But, yeah, I thought it was funny because, around here the vibes are kind of good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ain't nobody thinking about the Texans are racist organization. Ain't nobody around here saying that or believe that. But he just came out of nowhere, just going in. I'm like, damn. To the point.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm like, ain't even because I was listening to it as I was doing the show, and I'm like, ain't even no point of bringing this up, man. Like, what's the purpose? Like, come on, man. Like, this is low hanging fruit at this point.
Yeah.
Like, dog, we done passed that. Like, they hired D'Amico Ryans, man. And he's just like, I'm happy for D'Amico Ryans, but they better not do him wrong and all this other stuff. It's like, man, come on, man.
Yeah, that's like the one thing he's militant on, man. He don't care about the Colin Kaepernick protest. He don't care about anything else, but he cares about black head coaches being fired. So it's like, okay, man, whatever. So yeah, man, I think that might about do it. I think we've reviewed enough of the Houston Texans draft so far.
Yeah, we over here like John Harris and Mark Vanderbilt.
Right? This is Texans Radio Part 2 over here, man. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and wrap this podcast up, I think. Appreciate everybody who came through for the podcast. Appreciate you on Facebook, Troy, Drunk on YouTube. Yeah, everybody who stopped by, man. We appreciate Ernesto on YouTube as well. Nick on Facebook. Appreciate everybody who stopped by for me and the producer of the year. Remember that.
Yeah.
Figgy Fig, producer of the year. Make sure to congratulate Figgy in person if you see him, man. So, fun podcast today. We appreciate all y'all vibing with us on this lovely, rainy ass Friday night. But yeah, we're gonna hit it again next week, man. Same time, same channel, more or less. And until next time, y'all.